I think we're live now. Yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome to Wired Wednesdays. Today we have HawkCryptoMining on. I think we're live. I think YouTube takes
Yes,
a little bit to update. So
it does. You have a little bit of a delay, like 9 or 10 seconds.
yeah.
So,
Unfortunately, Dave is sick with COVID. He's had it for a couple of days now, Mike. I think
yeah,
he said he's a little bit better. I was texting with him about an hour ago.
right.
But yeah, it's like I know probably everyone in the chat's probably had COVID or one of these respiratory things that have been going around recently. It's like the more you talk, you just want to cough the entire time. So it's like,
Yeah, it
it's
sucks.
hard.
It does.
To
It
talk.
does suck. I had it 3 times.
Yeah,
And I still refuse to get the Jabberwocky. So, not doing it.
yeah. I got the first 2 or whatever they were, but it's out of your system by now, right, or something, or is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Tinfoil
I
hat
don't know.
theory.
I'm not tinfoil hat, dude. I mean, I left my crystal ball in the closet. Put some music on, Mike, will you? I tell you, I don't. The whole thing with that, man, and I don't know. This is very weird. So, anyway, said not James goes, Hawk is a pure blood. That's right. That's right. And don't forget it. Yes, veteran miner is sick, everyone. I am filling in for him. We hope that he has a speedy recovery. He's probably watching right now too. I'd be watching.
Yeah, I think he's tuning in. He might jump in a little bit in the chat. But
so, Mike, let me ask you a question.
Bad.
Let me ask you a question. How do you like that secret lab chair?
I like it a lot. I love it.
Do you really? Because everybody says they're overpriced and they're not good. And then I was talking to crypto last night on Terra Hash Tuesday. I was asking everybody like what they thought. 'Cause I need a new chair. Like this chair is like, it sucks. Like I can't. I've gone through 3 chairs in a year and I can't figure out what chair I want. Like I'm so uncomfortable sometimes. Like, oh, I hate it.
I got this thing. This thing feels kind of like a car seat, right? Like when you're.
Does it really?
Yeah, it feels like a sports car seat.
I'm just gonna come to your house and sit in it.
Yeah, it's really firm and like it doesn't wiggle or anything like that. But I don't know about. I don't even know how much they are now. But they're
expensive. They're like $600. They're less.
Yeah, I don't
they're
know.
less than an R8.
Yeah, it's
just kidding.
Now they are. Yeah, but when I got it, this was like on discount or clearance or something like that. So I think I got this for like $225.
I hear Secret Lab makes a good chair, man. I would love to get like a custom one that has like my logo or something on it. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think they do that.
Max Voltage, no, I'm not trying to trigger you again. Steel Case Leap version 2. Okay, Max. I'll take a look at it. Just go full break the bank, Herman Miller. That's the second time I've heard that name, and Max is really getting me on this. I'm gonna do it later. We'll get in Discord and I'll look later. I need to get a new chair. I definitely need to get a new chair. I can't do it. Brian Hollywood with a $4.99 super chat says, huge shout out to the only crypto tuber south of the Mason-Dixon line who still actually mines, is staying the miners champion. Yeah, I still mine. The hell am I?
Thank
Wood?
you, Brian Hollywood.
Brian Hollywood.
Yeah, we all still kind of mine. It's more, I don't know. I feel like mining now is like a lot of like spec mining, right? Which is exciting.
Oh yeah. It is. Lithium was a spec mine for me.
Booming like crazy.
It was, well, now it's down. It looks like we're starting to come back down to earth a little bit. But it's new. It looks like it's staying right around $3, $3.10. But lithium was a spec mine for me.
Yeah.
It was a spec mine for me. And it paid off, right? I haven't sold it yet. I'm gonna wait. I think it's gonna do $4. If it does $4 or $5, I'm out. Getting my camera, putting some money away. I'm going to be happy. Retro Mike says, I feel your pain, Hawk. I got 5 chairs sitting in the next room because I can't find the one that lasts that I like. I had one that was 2,000 plus and it was perfect, but lost it in the tornado.
Oh, wow.
That's like so random. Like you didn't think that I didn't think he was going to end the sentence with losing it in a tornado.
Yeah, jeez.
I'm glad no one got hurt.
He also lost because I know it was like retro video games you're really into too, but was it the tornado that you lost your like collection and stuff with too?
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Yeah.
Sell at $4. Might hit that before A6. I think so. I think it will. I think it will.
Seemed like an interesting project. I made like a video on a lithium, like because I mined it probably for about a week, I think, before the ETH merge, like a couple months before the merge. And I mined like 7,000 lithium, and I'm like, I'll just keep it in a bag for a while. and I ended up selling it. I think when it was at like 15 cents or something like that.
Right.
But it's it seemed
man.
like a good project, and I know I rant about it on these streams and stuff like that. But
Me too.
The dev team is out there. You know what I mean? That's what I like
Right.
about these projects. You know who's behind it. They're always giving updates in the community. They're not really hiding anything.
DJ Mines did a really, really good interview with I think one of their lead developers. And I was like, it was awesome. What's up, DJ? I just mentioned you. He did an interview and it was really, really cool. And I enjoyed it. I was thinking about asking him for an interview, but it's hard to top the one that he did. But I'm still a big supporter, and I love Aletheum. And I've been saying it for a while. I've been saying it. Aletheum's gonna pop. It's a sleeping giant. Don't sleep on this project. So, somebody said that Aletheum could be a Solana, and I was like, that's a bold statement. And I was like, it's possible because they do have the ability to be very fast with transactions, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, these are all just opinions at the moment. So, but
yeah, let me see if I can bring this up and see what it would be if it was Solana, because Solana's market cap is just huge, right?
Yeah, it is. It's huge. I think it's here, I can pull it up for you. Oh, you got it? Oh, you're doing the market cap of? I love this site.
Yeah.
I really do like this site. So you would want to do is it that way or the other way? Whatever. I don't know. Let's try it. Okay, so yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think this is I think it's possible, man. Like if Aletheum really builds they're building a great ecosystem. You know what I mean? Like I think it's possible, dude. If that's the case, dude, I am not. God, I don't want to sell it. Like, I don't think it'll go that high that fast. I think 100x maybe in the next couple years, but if Aletheum
it's good to like DCA out just as you do in. You know what I mean? Like
DJ says
I know
do the
a lot of
interview.
people do that with the ASICs, right? Where it's like you'll buy a Caspa ASIC, but you keep selling it until you get your return on it. So it's kind of like playing with the house money.
Right, exactly.
But
it's undervalued, man. I think Aletheum at $219 million market cap is completely undervalued. If Caspa can hit 3 billion, okay, here, you know what? Go to change Solana, go to Caspa real quick, because I think that's a little bit more of a no, Solana. Just put Caspa. This is a little bit more realistic where Aletheum can go. It's still a 17x, and that's still a really good return. You know what I mean? I think Aletheum could definitely get into $2-3 billion, $4 billion market cap. I think it's very easy for them to do that, especially with a lot of stuff that they're building.
Yeah, because there's whispers of ASICs, right, coming on to this.
The whispers are almost in the confirmation phase. So Bitmain, Bitmain has supported their hackathon now. They're sponsoring their hackathon, and the minute that Bitmain gets involved with anyone, it's just like a signal, right? It's like, all right, everybody put 20, 30,000 away because that's what these units are going to cost when they come out. Yeah. Easily. So I like Aletheum. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, and if it drives up the price like that, like it did with Caspa, I think you're right, Mike. Like it's a good comparison. Look, I mean, Solana is like a moonshot, right? Like,
it is a little bit of a moonshot in comparison, but I think Caspa is a more realistic market cap to market cap comparison. Yeah. When you're thinking about it, I mean, I still think it's way undervalued for its project. I mean, 220 million. It's undervalued, man. Completely undervalued. Looks like a lot of people took profits though. We did hit an all-time high, I think, of like $3.55 or something like that on Aletheum, or something close to that. Looks like some people backed out, took some profits, which is okay. It's okay. Take your profits. There's nothing wrong with it. Profit is profit, whether it's 2,000, 20,000, 200,000. Yeah. Profit is profit. You know what I mean? So you could say that you won. So
you
everyone
gotta take some of the chips off the table. It's like I said, DCA out just as you do in, and I think everyone will be all right.
Right.
But yeah, that's. I mean, I guess I don't know the latest news on the ASICs for Aletheum.
There really isn't. There really isn't news, but. I have heard it's going to be Bitmain more than. If I'm a betting man, I've heard from a few people that are in that area of the world who say that it's Bitmain. So it's coming. It's coming.
I wouldn't be
Retro Mike
surprised.
says, not everyone has to hodl for life. Do what's best for you. I agree with that 100%, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have the ability to take some profits and, you know, pay some bills off or get some debt paid off, do it, man. Don't get caught holding the bag, because there's also a good possibility that this could go to zero too. I mean, it's crypto, guys. Like, it's completely unpredictable. Nobody really knows, right?
Yeah.
Crypto Craig says, I'm hodling until I get my Mazda Roddy. My Mazda Roddy.
Yeah. And
so-
that's you know, the price might be inflated already, like kind of like buy the news type thing, you know, with ASICs.
Yeah.
So if ASICs don't come, then maybe
There
will
could be a
a
huge
sell-off.
dip. Yeah, huge sell off. Yeah. And ASIC's going to come for this. I mean, the Blake algorithm that they use is prime for ASICs. But hey, if they get enough price discovery, we could still see a profitability for GPU miners and ASICs. I mean, you know, it depends. Like, think of it this way. If Caspa goes up to 50, 60 cents, you can mine it on a GPU and still be profitable, right?
Yeah.
So it is a possibility. We saw that with Ethereum. Ethereum, you could do both. People did both. They had just as many ASICs as they had GPUs, you know, as far as in hash rate comparison. So it can work. It can, you know, just how is it going to work? You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I'm looking now, and the network hash rate has really jumped up a lot.
yeah, oh yeah. But one thing Alethium talked about that I know a lot of people are skeptical about is the ability to cap their hash rate. Now, this does make a few people nervous when it comes to being on the mining side, but I kind of like this. It's a double-edged sword for me. Part of me goes, okay, well, you shouldn't be able to do that.
How do they do that?
They just do it in their code, and then the other side to me is, well, that's good, because if there's significant price discovery and they can cap the hash rate, then it'll still be profitable for people to operate on it, right? So I'm kind of like in this in between like, you know, having them cap their hash rate and then, but on the other side, liking it, because if I do have an ASIC, I don't want it to get obliterated, and I still want it to make money, right? And you can control that if you cap the hash rate, depending on what its price discovery is.
So how does that work? Do they just stop new machines from coming on?
No,
Or
they
is
would
it-
just only allow they would stop the difficulty at a certain level in their code, and
Okay.
they would just, once it hits a certain number, it just stops, right?
Okay.
You can't add any more hash rate to it. It won't work. Like, it won't hash on the network. You'd have to, like,
Interesting.
the way that I understand it is, like, let's just say for the sake of numbers, it's 500 terahash, right? Which it probably won't be, it'll probably be more, but I'm just saying, let's say it's 500 terahash. And then, like, if let's say there's 480, right? And you have a machine that has 60 terahash, then you're probably not going to be able to get on the network. It probably won't work that way. So it would have to be like the next person in line kind of thing if you're not already mining on the network. But what makes me nervous about that too is, like, if you turn off your machine and someone else takes your spot, if you cap the hash rate, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So GPURisers says, from what I understand, they will reduce the block reward when it goes above 10 petahash. So that too, right? That they can do that too, and then they force people to get off of it. You know what I mean? Like, it'll just make it unprofitable, right? They can do that too, but they can go both ways with it. Retro Mike says, Hawk, did you see Brains Pool offering payouts on Lightning now? You mean no minimum payout threshold, or now minimum payout threshold? No minimum payout threshold, right? Is that what he meant? So
Or maybe there is one now. Yeah.
maybe there is one. Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know what he meant. You mean
I'm
now
not,
or
I'm
no?
not familiar with Brains Pool at all.
Me neither. Although we did have somebody email us in regards to hosting, asking us if we can put a custom Raspberry Pi. Oh, no minimum. Okay, a custom Raspberry Pi in front of their ASIC to help with latency for mining, but they would have to be able to VPN it. And King just completely, like, shot a Scud missile and shot it out of the sky. And said, "Yeah, no, we can't. I'm not going to give you access, the back end access to our network. That's a huge security risk." And he's right. It is. We're never going to do that. But apparently, it helps, like, get their latency down to like 1 or 2 milliseconds when it comes to solo mining Bitcoin. And it's I think Brains is doing something with it now, and they offer it. I got to look more into it, but yeah.
Huh.
Exactly. Yeah, it would be very foolish, right? We would never allow that. Retro Mike says you can mine with an S9 and get daily payouts for $1 on LN. Nice.
I guess that is a big thing, right? Because payouts for Bitcoin, it's just the network fee sometimes outweighs what the payout will be.
Well, that's what Lightning is supposed to fix, right? Lightning's supposed to be cheaper and it's supposed to be faster, right? But its adoption is struggling. I don't think a lot of people are adopting Lightning Network. Now, I will say this with what was it? Is it BRC20 they're trying to do? A build on top of Bitcoin and the ordinals and stuff. I think the Lightning Network might start to gain a lot more traction now that people still want to transact in Bitcoin, but they want to move it faster and cheaper. So we'll see. Yeah. But slowly Bitcoin is moving to a store of value versus a transactional coin. And it's just like, the fees are just outrageous.
Right? Huh? Yeah. It's always kind of like been like gold. Like you're not going to go and pay for something at the grocery store with gold, but
it wasn't, I don't think Bitcoin was ever intended to be the gold though. It was intended to be a, permissionless, decentralized, currency that people can trade freely without government intervention. I mean, that's what it was meant to be, right? Yeah. Now it's turned into a huge store of value for hedge funds and ETFs and people with big money who want to, hedge against inflation. It's completely changed from what it was meant to be.
Yeah. I think that they thought it would be transacted more, you know what I mean? But now people are just, like you said, using it as a store of value and then converting it to Litecoin, for example, and transacting with that, less confirmations, quicker confirmations, Caspa, which is like close to instant, right?
Right. Caspa does well when it comes to fees and speed, right? But, I said this the other night, 98% of Caspa's blocks are empty. That means that there's just not enough adoption of Caspa yet, but it will grow. Crypto Craig says V2 Stratums. It is running a PC with a Stratum software to do all the communicating with the pool. Then the ASICs connect to the local Stratum aggregator, cuts down the network traffic. Interesting. Crypto Frank says, how does it work? How does it work that the Lightning Network makes it the fees less? If I knew the answer to that, I would tell you. I'm not 100% sure how they do it, but I know it's slightly less than going on the actual network. I should look more into that before I say it, right? Retro Mike says BTC was intended to be peer-to-peer censorship-free transactions. Yeah. Now forget it. Now it's digital gold and good luck transacting on it. But what's identical mirror image in every aspect and completely decentralized is Radiant. Yes, and Radiant, Mike, can you pull up the Radiant price? Radiant did have a pump the other day. I thought I saw almost 20%, or did it go over 20%? DJ Mine says Radiant was 5% pre-mined. I mean, but then so was Ethereum though, right? And we were okay with Ethereum. Ethereum did have a pre-mine, so wow, it's down today. But if we go to the 7-day, 1 month up 4%. What's the 7-day, Mike? 7 days got 17%. So it's creeping back up there. I know DJ's holding a lot of Radiant right now.
Yeah.
Definitely another play. Max Volta says at GPURisers from Aletheum, when the hash rate, I think this is a quote from Aletheum. He's saying when the hash rate is within 1 petahash a second, 1 exahash a second, the range, the hash rate based gradually decreases from 60 alf to 20 alf per block period. Interesting. Taking exahash.
I don't know how that's going to work without.
They can write it in their code, man. They can change their they can change anything on their chain at any time. New England Crow says Stella says hi, Hawk. Hey Stella. Hi Stella. DJ Mine says he thinks he has a little bit over 1 million. And you should see some gains, man. 20%, not bad.
So I guess really once ASICs get on Aletheum, then it's going to be game over for GPUs, kind of like Caspa was, right?
Well, yes and no. It depends on its price discovery. Again, if Aletheum doubles or triples in price discovery, which is possible, it's completely possible, especially if it hits $1 billion market cap, then you possibly, depending on the hash rate, I don't know, you possibly could run a GPU on it, depending on your power rate. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that just because an ASIC gets on a network, you're going to destroy GPU mining. In recent events, it has, right? But it doesn't mean that it'll happen this time. Every project is different. Every coding in every project, like on Ethereum, we didn't have that problem. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hawk, I can explain LN. The node runners basically need 4 times the collateral in BTC. The node runner is Lightning Network. That's what he means. Okay, excuse me. The node runners basically need 4 times the collateral in BTC. The node runner is front running the payout and settling it on chain once per day. There is a receiving and sending side. Wow, that's interesting. Crypto Frank says
all the collateral makes it so that they're not bad actors.
Yeah, I guess so. Crypto Frank says 99% of total data stored across all platforms is stored on Filecoin for decentralized data. I didn't know that. Let's see. Hawk Retro Mike says the node operator gets 1% fee for processing due to the significant costs and minimal rewards. Most Lightning nodes are becoming more and more centralized by big banks. Yeah, that's the problem, right? That's the problem. That's the problem, is that people get their hands on it and that's it, Yeah. So anyway,
so they can transact in it, I guess, for cheaper.
Yeah. I mean, that Bitcoin solved the problem already of money. I think the money problem is solved. We have Bitcoin. That's what it's there for, right? We have a bunch of projects that mirror Bitcoin. Now, what's the next step for, using blockchain technology instead of everybody focusing on number go up? Let's focus. What's the next innovation behind it, right?
Yeah. So, Retro Mike said he expects PayPal to be the biggest Lightning node operator soon. I think so.
I believe it
too. I'm not a big fan of PayPal. I often fantasize of their destruction, but they it makes sense. They're a payment processor, right? At the end of the day, they don't really care what the payment is, USD, pounds, euros, whatever it may be. So with crypto and stuff, it's kind of natural that they would gravitate in there as well, because they still get that fee. So
yeah, PayPal sucks, man. I hate it. I got a bunch of payouts for referrals from Bitcoin merch, and they locked up all my money, and then finally after like a month they resent it, and then Edon just zelled me the money, because I wasn't confirmed. But I can pay though. I can pay people with it, but in order to receive money, I have to be confirmed, which I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I hate it.
Yeah.
DJ said, I wonder how much Meowcoin and Neoxa will pump after leaving Kapow. I don't know. I mean, they're making different variants of the Kapow algorithm, right? They're just making it more energy efficient. I think I spoke to the guys at Meowcoin. We scheduled an interview. I spoke to Andrew, so we're going to be talking about it. We're going to do a video on it here in the next day or two. He wants to go over it, and I said, hey, no problem. I was actually the first to do Meowcoin's interview. So this will be the third one now that I do with Meowcoin. DJ Mine says, I heard a ton of horror stories from PayPal when using gifts from friends and family. Yeah, it is. It's a nightmare.
I had an awful experience with them with GPURisers. And when I first started, it was like these pre-orders for them because it was during COVID. So the logistics were, I'd be told one thing, and then I would get shipping information and then like an expected delivery date. So I would feel comfortable taking pre-orders, and it turned into like a pre-order. There was one that it was like close to 2 months, and I appreciate everyone that stuck with me from it. But during that period, PayPal like froze my account until I could show like proof of delivery. So they're like, hey, can you please prove that, you shipped this item called pre-order, from X date a month away. And so I had to like frantically print like these labels that were for those orders just to be able to get tracking info for them. It was like a nightmare, but they were going to stop, payment processing on it, basically just halt the business. You know what I mean? And the fact that I understand that they have to, they have some exposure and liability on their end, but their business side is like a joke. I know Crypto Craig said it. It is.
And you know what a lot of people don't know is that Elon Musk was one of the founding members of PayPal. He actually he wrote the early code for it and got it up and going, but it's completely different now from the way he designed it with his buddies and all that stuff. He sold it for like $80 million, some crazy number. And that's what really kicked off what he does. But
that's how he funds all of his other adventures.
Exactly, right. Retro Mike says, I believe they're adjusting the Kapow parameters. I'm going to fork Kapow, adjust some parameters, and name it Pigeon Pow. Yeah. DJ Mine says, do it. So I want to talk a little bit about Mining Disrupt. Now, there have a few people hanging out in here. Mining Disrupt is coming up. today I'm working on securing the Terra booth, which is actually going to be cool. We're going to be on the center floor. I'm just waiting for confirmation. Looks like there's a lot of suppliers that are there. I'm not going to share my screen too much because this is actually, I think we can share this. I don't see why we can't. But if you want, Mike, I can put this back up on the screen and we'll share it real quick.
Is that the thing you were showing me earlier?
Yeah. So, all right. So this is the layout for Mining Disrupt. So Terra is going to be in one of 3 spots. I'm looking at 79, 71, or 75. Since we're doing a 20 by 20, I like to be close to the main floor. What do you got here? Big Eggs says, I remember that, was waiting on splitters for over a month. You sent me a few extra to make up for it. Love your company, man. Yeah. Mike does the right thing. This is why when we started Terra together, you know, we were on the same level of service and everything, and then King came in, and then King agrees with this too, and this is what we are now, and now we have Frank and Ben, and we're doing well, right? So this is why I went into business with Mike. So we're looking at 79, 71, or 75. Looks like we'll be somewhere like right next to What's Miner. But a lot of people are already like in already. Bitmain is confirmed. Bitmars, Jazz Miner is going to be there. There's a lot more people this year. Looks like they're moving things around a little bit from last year. Looks like they moved the stage this year to the top left side versus the top right side. A lot of foot traffic. Hive OS is going to be there. iPolo, ASIC Jungle. A lot of great people are going to be there this year. It's going to be packed. So for any Terra customers that are watching, I do want to work on maybe a discount for the Terra hosting customers. I need to speak with them further about that. I will let everybody know. Yeah. So, Mike, you definitely coming this year, right? You're not skipping this one.
Yeah, I went last year. Yeah, it was nice last year, and you know, seeing everything, and it's so mining centric. You know what I mean? Which is nice,
right?
You know, I feel like we went to CES recently, and it was a little overwhelming, honestly, because it was so huge, much. Man. It was just everything, right? Whereas it's almost hard to have conversations with. Certain people until you can find one little booth that might have something to do with what you're doing. But Mining Disrupt, I mean, you can go to every booth and have conversations with people. So yeah, I'm excited for Terra to do it. Mike's going to be in charge of putting the whole thing together, really. So I know this is already
a headache. I think we're going to aim towards. Max says don't do 71. I know it's kind of in the middle of everything. I was thinking about just taking 79. 79 was my first pick. Fire Dog says I don't need a discount, but I'll take a beer. Nice. I got you. No problem, Mike. Kaboom Rack will be right next to Kaboom Racks. If we take that one. I don't know who's in 63. But I kind of like where 79 is on the map because that's that walkway that goes straight to the back there. So a lot of foot traffic.
Yeah, everyone passes by that. Mm-hmm. Retro Mike said, I'll come if this thing takes me to the Keys. Retro Mike, I actually got back from Isla Mirada yesterday. I was in the Keys for like 3-4 days. So, we'll have to make a special trip down there.
A lot of great companies. I don't know if Revolution Mining is a hosting company. I don't see any. Nice Hash. Where's Nice Hash going to be? Where's 16? All right, so Nice Hash is going to be here. That's pretty small.
Cool. They had a huge one the last time.
They had one. They had like one that we had last year, right here, like the 79. So I don't know if there's any other hosting. Oh, Ace Host. Here we go. I think that's a hosting company. That'll be right next to Simple Mining. Okay, there's another hosting company. Yeah, so there's a few hosting companies that are going to be there. I wonder if Musk Miners is going to do anything this year. I should ask them. Hivon. Let's see. iPolo.
Or Pogo Pool, or what was it?
Pegapool? Pegapool's closed.
Yeah,
they're closed. Yeah, they're gone. Yeah. Bye-bye, Pegapool.
Who's the main sponsor of this one, then?
You know what? That's a very good question, Mike. I have no idea. I have no idea. Let's see if we can. Hold on. A Mining Disrupt
disasters.
Miami 2024. What happened? Revolution is a hosting company. Nice. What?
while you were typing it out, it said mining disasters.
Oh yeah. Are you trying it out? Says I will be going. Sweet. So event, mining disrupt. Let's see. Buy tickets, sponsor. Okay, so it's on their website. No big deal. They should have us media partners. Hawk is a media partner as well, so I'm gonna be the Terra side and the. Here we are. Here we are. Here I am right here. There's Geek of All Trades, Serpent, Mine the A6. Gonna bits be tripping. I don't know. Did Hobbyist is I know Tech Hustler is going too. I spoke to him. Let's see. Oh, here he is. There's Tech right here. I don't know if Hobbyist is secured his position yet, but what's really cool is Dennis Porter is going to be there, and he's kind of leading the charge right now when it comes to like states presenting Bitcoin mining and Bitcoin bills that benefit Bitcoin mining and Bitcoin in their states. He's leading this whole legislative charge right now. I've been following a lot of what he's doing, and it's pretty cool. He's going to be like lead speaker or something like that. He's going to be coordinating a lot of the speakers, so Dennis Porter will definitely be there. A lot of great people are going to be there.
Asking, this thing, what partnership relationships are you keen to develop? On the Terra hosting side, I'd like to get a lot more comfortable and have a lot of dialogue with other hosting companies. I think that's a really big thing. It's we're all kind of have the same mission, kind of the same service that we want to offer. So you never really know where connections down the line goes. You don't want to burn any bridges or don't want to do anything. You kind of want to help each other out, because really from what we've seen so far, it kind of just comes down to how much power can you get in any one location, right?
Right.
So I wouldn't say it's all competition. It's more so just getting relationships with other hosting companies on the compute side, like the AI side of Terra. I'd like to get relationships with definitely more suppliers, AIBs, kind of have more of a because that's always so hard to get into. I feel like with mining, it was so organic for the whole team to talk with other companies in the mining field, but in the AI field, it's like it's a lot different. So it's harder to kind of get in and meet people, I would say.
Right.
So definitely get more relationships and partnerships with people in the AI field, and kind of can all grow together. I know I kind of beat around the bush on that last answer, but it's that's what we're doing on the AI side, and then we also have the sales side now, Terra Hashes. So there's going to be a couple ASIC sale or resell companies that are going to be at Mining, or not Mining ASIC, at Mining Disrupt. So building relationships with them as well, because sometimes we can't fulfill orders, whether it's hosting, sales, AI, whatever it may be. We can't do it, and we would like to pass that business to someone else, and then it would kind of be a two-way road. Then
I spot a Teletubby. I'm kidding. There's Hobbyist right here. I'm
was
just
this from
looking
last year?
Yes, from last year. I'm trying to see. I never saw this video. I'm trying to see if I'm in here or we're in here or anybody that I think DJ's probably in here too.
DJ just said AI probably need billions. Yeah, it's rough getting in and trying to get any parts. I mean, AI is just a absolute gold rush right now. Nvidia actually, I was reading their earnings a couple hours ago, and they just completely Crypto Mikkel.
Yeah, Mikkel.
But AI just crushed or Nvidia crushed their earnings, and it's all AI. And
240 something billion, right?
It's insane.
Yeah, it's like the largest gain that a technology company's ever had in one quarter or something like that. I don't know, something like that. It was insane.
The highlight says the record quarterly revenues up of 22 billion, up 265% from a year ago.
Jeez.
I mean, that's wild. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy, and it is a hard field to get into, especially being new guys on the block for that. It's very difficult. So, but we're trying to we keep pushing forward. So we've had some.
We're growing. We're growing in it fast. We found some success with a few things. I mean, it just it takes millions and millions of dollars worth of investment to get to a big player status. So I mean, you got to start small, right? You don't want to make crazy investments into these things and then not have a plan. So we're kind of growing into our shoes, so to speak.
Yeah, that's a good way. That's exactly right.
You know what I mean? We have this really nice size 25 Jordan Air Max special edition shoe of a great company that we're building, and we're kind of just, our foot is kind of just slowly growing into the shoe.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Homebrew Crypto, what's up, man? GPURisers, are you selling off your GPUs? For mining, I have lowered the amount of GPUs that I have. For AI, I am staying the same right now. I haven't bought anything more. I haven't sold anything. I'm combining some of them into like larger machines. But the mining thing is really like, we're kind of in an awkward situation with Terra in the sense that, you know, the space is limited, right? We only have so many slots for GPUs, and I had 10 of these things there, and it was a lot of power. And so it's kind of like a weird position to be in, you know, part owner of the company. Like, okay, well, do I leave my stuff there because the company's not really making money off of that, or do I release that spot to someone else? And so I drastically reduced the amount of mining stuff. I still have mining, but I feel like once I hit a point, Mike, maybe you could relate to this too, because it's, when you have so many GPUs, it's almost like turns into like a job. Like it's
yes, it is. And interesting video I watched today. Hobbyist Miner interviewed Django, and he says he's got over 5,000 GPUs.
That's crazy, yeah.
And it does become a job, because a full-time job. Because I mean, I had, before we started Terra, my own hosting facility, I think I was up to like, I don't know, 500-600, like in my little warehouse. It becomes a lot. It becomes a lot to deal with, you know. So it's, you know, this is why a lot of people don't host GPUs, is because they're so expensive to maintain and run, and it just becomes a hassle sometimes. But knock on wood, you know, King does a very good job of him and Max do a very good job of keeping the GPUs online, and we have great uptime with the GPUs, and if there's issues, they get fixed rather quickly. So
yeah,
you know,
I feel like it used to be easier, right? Like with ETH, you know, I think between 2016 and like 2020 with ETH, I got probably around like 120 cards. That's kind of like where I want to say I kind of peaked. But it's like you set up a rig and you put it on Ethereum, here are the overclocks, boom, 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 and you just set it, right? And like reset it every so often. Now with like spec mining, it's like there's just so much more that goes into it, like so much more. So it's just honestly hard to keep up with it. And I found myself just getting more frustrated than anything, because I'm trying to do the Terra side, the GPURiser side, the mining side, and it honestly got to the point where I'd have rigs on that I don't even know what they're mining, and they've been, you know, they have their overclocks that weren't set, and I couldn't have enough. I still don't have enough time to really dedicate to it, but I want to get back to just like an open air rig. I'm gonna have one behind me eventually, you know, 6-card, 8-card rig where I could do spec mining, where it's like it's fun again. You know what I mean? But it turned into just a hassle with it. And then at Terra, I'm also managing, you know, King and Max to do the software stuff, but and King he's there for the last 2 weeks. But I'm just so around it now. I don't want to say that it, you know, work it turned into work more than a hobby, but it kind of started taking that. Yeah,
it's work now. Terra is, we enjoy what we do, but it's work. You know, I mean, it's you know, King's there. He was cleaning up everything, you know, working stuff around, and he enjoys it, but it is work nonetheless. And you know, a wise man once told me a long time ago, if you enjoy what you do for work, you'll never work a day in your life. Yeah. Right. So he enjoys it. He likes tinkering with GPUs. He likes to, as he says, you know, work in the back, and that's what he likes to do. Hey, man, it's what it is. And I'm good. I really enjoy the sales aspect. I enjoy the marketing aspect and controlling what we look like, and I enjoy it. So Ivan Yoon says, GPURisers Hawk, please explore talking to Dell or HP with enterprise team to explore AI development. Might be something to look at in the future. Yeah. You know,
that's a good recommendation. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you could probably reach out to them.
Iowa Crypto said, go basic ASIC GPU. I've actually been thinking about that, just getting an S19K or, you know, maybe a 21 or the new one. And I really like the idea of unminable, right? Because you can get all these other coins and kind of build little bags of each coin. I would have a lot of fun with that. You know what I mean? But not dealing with overclocks, not dealing with all this. Because like I said, it's in front of me day over day, you know. So it's kind of like I don't want to manage my own farm while doing all this other stuff. So
it also comes down to as we grow, we start to take on, I kind of hate to use the word employees, but employees, right? People that will work and help us maintain things. Like right now, King and Max are doing, and Ben helps out a lot too. They're doing a lot of the labored work, back end stuff, while Mike's working front office and legal, and I'm doing marketing and sales and new client intake. We work good together, but eventually you really need to get that aspect of like just having somebody at the farm, so King doesn't physically have to go there. You can just make a call and say, okay, hey, look, you got to reflash this one, you got to do this one, you got to do that one, and then go hands-on if he wants to, right? We need staff. Exactly, Scott. That's a better word. We need staff, right? And as we grow, we're getting the staff. We brought Max Voltage on, and he's helping us out tremendously when it comes to keeping the GPU rigs online. And then as we expand, Frank is getting ready to look at maybe getting someone to help King when he's there. So it's a slow grow, right? It's a slow grow. You don't want to go too fast, because then it's like, what are we working for? Just to pay the bills, right? Yeah. So we're at a healthy point, and it comes in waves. We got more ASIC orders coming in, and everything's going in the right direction. So can't complain with that.
Just a lot, right, Mike?
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. We all do the jobs of like 3 or 4 people each. At times. So we sometimes I also manage the Melbourne facility, basically. So Mike will be over there because he's got GPURisers also in that facility now, and I coordinate with King to do the nodes if he needs help, so he doesn't have to jump on a plane from Arizona and come to plug something in. Now the AI rigs are going over there, and we have a mass deployment coming soon with the other cards. Any update on that, Mike, at all that we can share publicly, or no?
No,
nothing yet.
Right now.
No, okay.
No, we're kind of in the zone right now where we're just waiting, right? Like I mentioned earlier with the AI stuff, it's it's hard to come by for this stuff. 4090s. I mean, everyone knows our first phase that we're doing is all 4090s.
Right.
And still doing that. But we've come into a lot of troubleshooting issues with that. I mean, this stuff it's not easy. I mean, problems that we never thought, we would have. You know what I mean? It's a lot different than a mining rig. So
a lot different.
But,
it's a lot different.
Looks a lot. It's the same, but there's a lot that goes into it, and it takes like just troubleshooting. But it's exciting, and it's moving in the right direction. And I think the demand is just going to keep growing exponentially. I know probably a lot of people saw OpenAI's new Sora language model, and that honestly, when I first saw that, I didn't see it at night. I saw it the next morning. I was like overwhelmed by it. I was like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, this is nuts. Like, you're going to see videos like me and Mike on the screen right now, but just AI versions of us having conversations, and his language model will respond to my language model. You won't know what you're watching. It's crazy.
See, this is the worry that I have for like AI, right? Like, people could do anything with it now, and it's pretty scary. And this is why I think AI is going to get the hardest regulation. I'm telling you, crypto is going to be pushed back here, and AI is going to be here, and it's going to be the bigger threat to. It already is a threat, I believe, to national security. It's going to be a threat to identity issues and all kinds of stuff, criminal investigations, police work. I mean, you name it. From a security perspective, AI is going to be the biggest problem for the government. So they're going to come down hard on companies doing AI. It is coming. There's already legislation that's been presented. So real quick, Mike, Second CL had a good question for you. Any new product or R&D you are excited about for GPURisers? Anything new you're going to be putting out soon?
That's a good question, Second TL. Not at the moment, no. I've looked at a couple different things, kind of the ribbon risers, the 4.0 ribbon risers. And there's a couple other products that are more geared towards the AI side. The crypto mining side really is, the server cases, the R8s, and the, the splitter cables and the risers. All that's kind of the same, right? The open air. It's there's nothing really to add to it right now. But it's not kind of definitely not in the next 6 months. But I have toyed around with a couple different things. It's just it would be geared towards AI more likely than just keeping revisions going. Right now we have 4 capacitor models, 8, 10, 12. Like it kept going up and up and up. It kind of became an online joke with it. But we're going to be eventually just switching to 8 and 12. Those are going to be our only ones. And kind of consolidating down a little bit on stuff. But yeah, nothing on the horizon yet, but I do explore daily. But it's yeah, no, that's a good question. But I will keep everyone updated with it. I know I was kind of teasing the ribbon cables before, but also I don't want to release a product that's not, I don't want to say useful, but not like it should. There has to be a demand for it on the business side, right? But also if there's a better product that we could release, then I'd rather go that route and spend a little more time and a little more R&D on that. I just don't want to release just say a new frame, a new fans that might one thing I kind of explored a little bit were Delta fans, having GPURisers branded higher end fans. But there's just not really a need for it. I don't really see too much of a need. So,
right.
But
what
the DJ Mind is saying AI can only grow. There is no end. Yeah, and then the compute power that's going to be required for these videos. I mean, this, like you said, this is just the beginning. You know what I mean? And I think Sora is going to be limited to 60 seconds, but people are going to be able to create their own movies. You know what I mean? There's going to be language models that don't have a limit. And the compute that's going to be required for that, especially these hyper realistic ones that use real world physics and all this kind of stuff, we don't have the hardware ready for it. There's not enough hardware. NVIDIA can never make enough chips for what's coming. But Mike mentioned also the legislation. I mean, legislation being written
hit hard.
But it's being written by people that don't even know what it is. They just look at what it could be, what it could do. So
it's the owner. What's his name? The guy that started OpenAI,
Sam Altman.
Sam Altman. He's one of the people there that's helping them write it. That's helping them get it. There are people in the industry. They do consult with people in the industry to help them write these things. Now, an argument could be made that sometimes it could be made to favor one company over the other. That does happen, right? No, really? No, that's weird. Crazy. That never happens.
So weird.
But it's again, it really just kind of depends on how hard they want to bring it down, right? And if it's what I think is going to happen is you're going to have to get certain certifications and stuff, and then I think they're going to come down hard on little Timmies, as DJ would say, that want to run it in their garage, right? They're going to probably make that more difficult for people to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? In my opinion, that's what I think they're going to do. Because think about it, if it starts being used for more nefarious purposes, government's going to come down on it, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's like one of those, you get in early before the bubble burst kind of thing, and everybody's happy.
Because I saw one video a while ago, and it wasn't an AI video, but it was a realistic looking video that was altered of I think something hitting the Pentagon, right? Like an explosion of some sort. And the stock market within a minute, because it's all ran by bots not for the most part, but that got in the algo somehow, and there were billions of just sell or dollars worth of sell orders put on, and it tanked the market just for a couple minutes. But think about how much money you can make just on plays like that. And so in the financial sector, there's gonna be tons of issues like that. I think there's gonna be a lot of political problem. Obviously, I'm so pumped for this next political season with AI now, and it's just
it's gonna be insane. But there's gonna be good AI that's gonna be able to tell you if something's a deep fake or not, right? Yeah. Or this is a real video or not. And these applications will be used. The AI applications are gonna be great for two big industries: medical and law enforcement. And law enforcement can be anything, right? Could be FBI, could be local, could be federal, could be Interpol. It's gonna go crazy for every industry is gonna have it. So
It's gonna be like the Minority Report. You remember that with Tom
I don't
Cruise?
remember, not 100%. No.
Was it Tom Cruise? It was the one where the police had like or the federal agents had. It was the ability to see what someone's going to do in the future, and they would arrest them for a crime before they commit the crime.
Okay. Yeah. I could understand. Yeah, I could understand. I don't remember. I think I saw it once. I don't remember the movie. Maybe bits and pieces of it.
But it's kind of like it's getting there. It's going to be.
Well, we know
that.
That we know this is going to be a big thing. This is going to be a big thing with you know, and it's just a matter of time. So get in early with it, right?
Yeah.
I think the hardware prices are going to crash too. I think 4090s and data center cards, that, like, you know, this is the boom right now, right? And then once legislation comes down and they start coming down on these companies, you know what I'm saying? Crypto Frank says, imagine AI FaceTime in future scams. Like, how will people, like, now people text and act like grandchildren, old people, to try to scam them out of money using Zelle and so on. Yeah, they do that now. Yeah. My mother almost became a victim once, and irks my nerves every time I think about it. But like I said to my mom, I said, did that make any sense to you? She goes, no. Well, she called me and she's like, where are you? I'm home. She goes, oh, you're not at a traffic stop about to be arrested? No. Okay.
That was like 10 minutes ago, Mom.
Yeah. That was 20 minutes ago. No, but people should really have safe words. I hate to use the word safe words, or like code words with their family. Like if something's going on, like to confirm if that this is what's going to happen, right? This is what it's going to be. Exactly. Yeah. Arrest warrant if you don't pay me $10,000. The government will never ask you for money to let go of an arrest warrant. And this is the fear that a lot of people have with this, that anybody can just write anything and do anything with it. It can be easily manipulated. So, you know, but there will be good AI. And I shouldn't say good AI. There will be an AI application used to decipher whether this is a fake, real or fake. There will be that. There will be a yin and a yang, right? So, and there will be companies that, you know, want to do the right thing, and then there's going to be scumbags. There's always going to be a scumbag somewhere. Yeah. So
it's like that with any tech, right? Like when the internet was first out, it was always like, oh, what bad can come from it? When crypto was first out, it was like, it's used for Silk Road, you know what I mean? Like all these nefarious things.
Correct.
But then you start seeing adoption and uses for it after it's out. I just feel like, you know, people just get scared of this stuff right when it's out. And
well, you know, it's always going to be like that with technology. It's going to be like that with anything, man. There's going to be somebody that's going to find a way to use it for nefarious purposes and illegal stuff. It's just what's going to happen. Then it goes away after a while, and people figure out how to figure out that it's not a scam, and you know, and then that's it. And then we move on to the next technological innovation, or you know, invention or whatever thing that comes out, and then it's just this constant game of catch up that law enforcement and everybody plays. So
yeah,
it always happens. It's always going to happen when new stuff comes out. So you know,
it's crazy though, absolutely crazy.
There's always going to be good, like King just said, you know, there's always going to be people using it for good. There's always going to be people using it for bad. You know what I mean? And that's just like, okay, I can make an easy analogy here. Like the cell phone, okay? The phone, okay? It was never intended for people to act like someone else on the other line and scam their other people's family members, right?
Yeah.
But we found ways to combat that with the telephone. So it's kind of the analogy with that. When it came out, oh, this is ridiculous. I'm almost positive, if I know human history and how human beings are, that when the phone came out, the actual one you had to hold like this and ring, when the phone came out, there were people saying, I'm not talking on this stupid magic box. Go meet me in the parking lot. And then they hung up, right? Yeah. Because they didn't trust it. Same thing with cars. Same thing with, you know, TVs. Oh, is this real or is this act? You know, I'm sure there was people that always did that, and you can't change human nature. So,
you know what I think is going to be crazy with this? I mean, it's a small thing, but actually, Mike, some of your recent videos made me think about it. Is you start having like stock footage in some of your videos, and I like that a lot, because it's like when you're mixing visuals with words while you're talking, it helps the person consuming that to understand it better, at least with visual aids and stuff. So
It does.
like,
It helps
being
with
able to do
tension
this
as well.
yeah, and being able to create short videos like this, you never have to worry about copyright infringement. You don't have to worry about anything with that. You also don't have to pay for it, because these stock things, you have to like make sure that it has like a free use license, and like, for music, for all. That's why this rock music is on here, is because if I went on Spotify and did something, YouTube's going to flag the video.
Unless you do the non-copyright music on Spotify.
Yeah,
but you can
I know
play.
everyone
I
likes
have
the
it.
rock music, so
yeah,
but
love hearing the same thing for 2 hours.
That's why I think, the stable diffusion stuff is fun, right? Like, it's, you could just create all these different things and kind of get your imagination out here. But this has a lot of use cases. Like, Mike, I see you using a language model like Sora in every video for stock footage.
So it's funny you mentioned this. There's a new platform. I don't want to say what it is yet because I want to test it myself. There's a new platform for YouTubers to do stock footage and AI videos for YouTube, right? And Second TL said the same thing. He's, Hawk, you think you can use AI to generate stock footage? Yes, you can. And there's this new platform. I'm going to pay for the subscription. I want to see how it works. And I want to see like how good these videos are. From what I understand and what they advertise, you can make a complete short. You can do a whole YouTube video, but it's like that one right there on the left.
No.
Go back, Mike. Back one. That video is completely fake.
Yeah, these are all AI generated videos.
This is the one that was advertised on one of the videos I was watching. That is completely fake. That's insane to me.
Great.
It's insane to me. That is completely, utterly fake.
You can actually see the people walking in front. They go into like that little thing and they just drop down into the ground. Like you can, that's what you could see.
Yeah, you can see it right there. Yep, they go away.
So,
they fade away right there. Yeah.
So
in the front by the tent. Yeah.
I know I was joking with my buddy actually, because he's really into this too. We were joking about shorting. Do you know Shutterstock is a public company?
I did not know that.
Yeah, but their stock really isn't that far down. But I see this stuff just destroying that, right? Like, who is going to go pay for a thumbnail anymore on their article? Who's going to pay for, music is right around the corner. It's here. They have language models.
Yeah, music, forget it. Yeah, music. Yeah. Okay, so I had this conversation with a few buddies of mine that are still in the industry and are doing very good. And this AI is starting to threaten. It's going to threaten audio engineers. It's going to threaten new creators. I mean, from a music perspective, it's going to be completely immersed because you can do that's great, King. Different forms of income. I'm with it. Shutterstock, these stock footage companies, photographers too, man. Like, it's going to change a lot of industries, man. Like thumbnail designs are going to be virtual, like designers, graphic designers are going to be virtually put out of business, right? Unless they adapt and they work with AI to enhance their products, right? Some people like the human element, right? Some people like the human element when it comes to animations and stuff. It's just going to be depending on what you're looking for and whether AI will perform that better or the human element will. AI is going to take over a lot of industries.
It's going to help a lot of people in the music industry. Kind of like I think what Goat just, or was it Goat or I just read it somewhere. But it's kind of like an aid, right? For people.
It's going to be more of an aid than it's going to replace people, at least in this stage of the industry, right? A lot of people are in fear that AI is going to come in and they're going to lose their jobs and they're going to do this and blah, 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 blah. And, look, as long as we keep the AI benign, okay, and we don't, I'm being serious, like, we keep a benign AI and we don't let it have a personality or, we program it to go too far, then King's not going to have to summon John Connor anytime soon. Yeah. Okay?
So on ChatGPT, I literally find myself putting please before, like, what I ask it to do.
All the time. All the time.
Just in case it turns
I do the same thing. Let me tell you something. I use ChatGPT, the 4.0 or the 4.5 or whatever it is, the newer one. I used it to help do the Terra Hashes site for like frequently asked questions and like what I asked it, like, what's a simplistic way to display this product, and what's the statistics on this? And I asked it tons of, I mean, dude, it's insane. I did it for our bios. Like, I saved probably hours and hours of stuff of work on the website using ChatGPT. I mean, could you imagine we had this? We were in school. Dude, I would have been I would have been an A student, 100%. I would have had straight A's on all my stuff. It's insane. And this is what it could also cripple a generation of kids too. This is where a lot of people aren't thinking about. Like, kids can easily go now and have their papers written in a matter of seconds, and the teachers are not going to be the wiser because the AI doesn't write the same thing the same time. It would do a million different variants, right? Of that, right? So,
but I think it can really help, because that's the problem with like a textbook, right? Or even things online is it's a stagnant way to learn. So it's like you either read it and you do it, but like I could literally go on ChatGPT and put something in there saying like, okay, explain, how, nuclear physics or, whatever to a lawyer, you know what I mean? And like it would explain it in a way that I would be able to understand and comprehend.
That's insane. That's insane.
It's nuts. It's crazy.
Yeah, this molecule sued this molecule and then filed for punishment again. Yeah, I could totally see how that would help you.
But I think it would help, right? Like there's times back in like, because I was not a good student, right? Like I was
neither was I. Yeah,
all the way through.
I was average.
But if I had things explained to me in a way that would be easier for me to comprehend, then it would really help, because everyone learns a different way,
right?
And
Joker miners.
People.
Sorry, go ahead, Mike. I thought you were finished.
No, just everyone learns different. Basically, it's
everybody. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like school very much because I was bored. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay, good. I was in like pre-calculus and a bunch of stuff in school, and I didn't enjoy it, right? So that's why I didn't do well in it. If you enjoy what you do, you'll always do well in it. Joker Miner says, we have the software to fight AI we're using at the college I work at. Yeah, you fight it, but is it, how effective is it? You know what I mean? Because it's always like trying to get a step ahead. I think as far as coding, graphic design, industries that use a lot of detail, like I would even say like architecture, right? Or designing buildings and, site surveys, all kinds of stuff, right? Like you can ask an AI right now to, what's the most efficient way to build a house in Florida, where it will, build me a house and, give me sorry, I'm not wording this correctly. Like, give me, what do I need to know to build a house that can last for 500 years? Right. And it'll tell you. Somebody put that up on Instagram recently. I was on it, and this guy's building his house with the model that the AI told him how to build his home, and that it will last for 500 years.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
There's so much applications for it. Like, it's going to change everything we do. It's going to change every aspect of our lives. Like Apple's working on a Siri implementation for AI.
Oh please, Siri is so bad right now. Like,
Siri's awful. It's awful.
It needs a revamp. So.
It's being worked on being revamped, and that's.
I'm sure it's gonna be sick.
I'm sure it's gonna run through. I'm sure they're gonna partner with like OpenAI or one of these companies or startups that, or maybe they're just gonna do it themselves, because Apple's $1 trillion company and they can spend $1 billion like me and you spend 1,000.
They make their own chips now, so.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. So.
But yeah, the things are going to change. At CES, one of the cool things we saw were, companies like John Deere and Caterpillar. It's like, what are they doing at a tech conference? And then you look over and it's like these big excavators, or I would say wrong, excavators. There's no like area for you to sit. They're all robots. You know what I mean? And they can all work 24/7, and they can learn from these things. You know what I mean? All these different language models that these things could be running on and learning as it goes. It's crazy. Like we said earlier, it's kind of like a tool, right? Like it's going to be aiding you, but you still have to know. You know what I mean? It's just going to be smart enough to be able to tell you, which route is best and be able to be autonomous.
No, 100%, 100%.
This stuff is just crazy.
We could sit and talk about AI all night, man. Like it's just, I really hope that there are more. And I know this for a fact. There are more good people in the world than there are bad, right? Obviously, or humanity have been gone a long time ago. And I just hope that somebody out there it's just doing these things honestly, and we can combat bad actors and fake stuff, right? Because it's going to be needed. There's going to be a whole law enforcement like side to this that's going to be insane, and people are going to have problems trusting companies to process their stuff. You know what I mean? So that's just what it's going to be. So Joker Miner with the $4.99 super chat said, who all bought the new Hive Mapper B today? I bought both. Let's look this up, Mike. Let's pull this up, because Hive Mapper came out with a new product.
Yeah, I did see that.
I'm on their website right now. Hold on, I'll share it with you. I didn't see this, but apparently the promo codes don't work for it. And I'm a little curious as to why. Hold on a second. I think I hit the wrong button here. Buy a dash cam. Here's the B. Welcome to the future of mapping, powered by averagely updating the world's. I have to update. I have the Pro in my car. I have to see what's up with that. But this is a pre-order. So
you get more honey for going to like roads that haven't been mapped before. You get like bonuses and stuff.
Yeah. So look. Yeah. I mean, it depends. Right now, the way that it's structured is that if you're within the blue region, which we are here in South Florida, all of South Florida is a blue region. Then yeah, you get a bonus for that. But this is interesting. I wonder what they're trying to do. This is Wi-Fi and cellular LTE automatically uploads map data as you drive. Oh, that's good. You don't have to do it through your cell phone anymore. B with Wi-Fi only uploads map data when connected to Wi-Fi. So that's all right. So what's the significant difference though? So it looks like it's a 12 megapixel camera, 720p.
It looks like it's still just on this map, Mike. I don't know if you want to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. I'm sorry.
Oh,
very, very sorry. Here we go. So it looks like it's 12 megapixels. It's using a 4X ARM processor, A53, 4 gigs of RAM. I mean, what's the video? 12 hours of video recordings at 30 frames per second. USB flash drive purchased separately or if necessary. Sealed and water resistant, can operate in intense heat and cold. Yeah, are they not? They're not selling the other ones anymore, huh? I guess not. I think they just went with new products. So, steady pace, last dash. How long will the rapid rush window last? 72 hours in advance. When will it ship? Oh, that's, yeah, Q3 this year.
That's
so I need to upgrade my existing order. So, I guess the old ones will still work, right? I'm assuming. Yeah, I don't think they would deactivate the other ones.
Q3. It's kind of hard to buy something when it's so far away, but it is such a big project. You know what I mean? That because I've been wanting to get one for a while. The only thing that has kind of been putting me off was these things are just so far out, right? But
yeah, I got two for a review. I have the Pro that I got for a review, but I just got a message saying our contact at Hive Mapper is no longer there. So, okay, great. I gotta email a new guy now. Let me see.
King didn't see Q3. Sorry, King. At least you haven't been standing by the mailbox every day for the next couple of months. Like, oh, today's the day. It is really cool. It's a cool project. And how do they make money? I mean, really, is it they sell, obviously selling data, right? Like whatever.
Yeah, they're selling the data. They have a lot. Hive Mapper's going in the right direction. They have a lot of people buying up their data and all that stuff. So
it would be cool if Tesla kind of did something like this, because Teslas have cameras all over them, right?
Right.
So that'd be kind of neat if Tesla, you could just had something like this integrated, you know, where they could sell it and maybe make the cars a little bit cheaper, and then it'll just be.
But you can do demo in your Tesla, I think pretty easily, or Dymo or Demo or whatever it is. I know I never used it actually. I could do it in my BMW too. I don't have to buy a device. I can just app it into the BMW, but I don't know how to. Cool. I don't know anything about it.
Goat said they don't make money. That's how companies work nowadays. Yeah, our plan is to be profitable, never. So
Yeah.
is that the Uber model? I think. But
Yeah.
it definitely is an interesting project. It kind of reminds you of the helium stuff. I mean, it's different, but it's very familiar.
Helium had a nice run up recently.
Yeah.
They were doing okay. I don't know. I'm still kind of iffy about helium, and I know a lot of people purchased those helium 5G antennas.
I didn't get any. I have the old one. I don't know what it is. It looks
Hey,
like
Todd.
a lightsaber. Yeah, it's an old one, but I can't even get in my wallet. Maybe I can. I know you have to like download a new wallet, or I don't know. It's a
Just get a Tangent wallet, Mike.
yeah.
Oh, upside down. Sorry. Right here.
Oh yeah, one of those.
Yeah, this thing is dope. This thing is so cool, man. Like, I was playing with it today, transferring some stuff in there. I am waiting for them to add more crypto to it, though. So
That's like an actual hardware one, right? Where it's just a phrase.
well, it's considered a warm wallet, but you have to use a card to authenticate. So
Interesting.
we'll see.
So I just have like an app and stuff like that on your phone that you can like see all your balances and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you can swap, sell, and do everything on the app for a Tangent. They sent me a free wallet for review, so
Nice. The Toxic Miner. My Helium 5G setup has paid for itself off 4 times already, and it's only been set up for a couple months. That's awesome. Toxic Miner. Do you see the profitability staying somewhat the same, or is it going down slowly, or is it going up?
they said their Bobcats 300 is still making money. I know I bought that thing. I actually got scammed when I was new. I went to a website that was selling a Bobcat and took Ethereum, and it was $2,400, and I lost it very early on. I was like, fuck. And I let them know that there's so many scams, dude. There's so many scams, man. People stealing crypto and money all the time. It's so aggravating.
Yeah.
Losing with Larry says, HawkCrypto, which coin are they missing out on the Tangent? I think they're adding a lot. Like right now, they don't have native Lithium. I would like to see a Lithium on there. I know they're adding Dynex and Radiant and Flux. They're adding a lot. I don't know where their list is, where they're adding it, but if you guys want 10% off, you can use promo code Terra and you get 10% off. She put it as Terra, not Hawk, but I was like, all right, whatever, because it came from my Terra email. So I was like, all right, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Crypto Craig said, weird question, GPURisers. How do you guys handle project info overload? So many do your own research projects and not enough time in the days. Haha, I try to keep a prioritized list, but hard. It's difficult, Craig. It's I kind of have like my own like big projects like Helium. I don't follow Hive Mapper. I don't follow. All these coins, Casper, Radiant, all these things that we talk about, I don't really follow. I pick a few, and I'm like really on top of those. Like one is Flux, right? Like I'm always watching what Flux is doing. I'm really interested in the project, and I kind of just close my tunnel. That's also going back to the crypto mining stuff. It's like it's just always changing so fast into things that aren't really as interesting to me, I guess. One thing now that is really interesting and that we're doing at Terra is like the AI stuff, right? Like training language models. And so I try to stay on top of that as much as possible. But there's just so many. There's so many I'm on Twitter, every day scrolling through, and it's like, I'll see a lot of the content creators, this coin. I'm like, I've never even heard of this before. Retro Mike mentioned Morpheus on, I think, the last stream. It was like an AI startup, a new coin that's for that, and stuff like that interests me. So I kind of just pick and choose like the fields, and I spend my time and allocate it towards that instead of stretching myself thin on all this other stuff. But it's definitely hard to do it. But Hawk, he does a lot of content on coins and stuff. He's a lot more knowledgeable than I am on that. So it's kind of just finding what you're interested in, right, Mike? Like
I learned from King.
Yeah.
And I follow King and Panda.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it's interesting.
Yeah, no. Everybody's got to do their own research and stuff. What is Geek saying? Okay, ladies, off to make dinner and work on a video. See you guys later. Oh, so later, Geek.
Take it easy, go. But
let's see. So
King just said, I just look at HiveOS to see what Panda's mining. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, we just watch and see what Panda's. I listen to Panda a lot. I mean,
yeah.
It's like a full-time job to keep up with all these new cryptos, man. Like,
yeah. But it's kind of nice because my Twitter, and I don't use Reddit a whole lot, but I occasionally will use it. But you can kind of subscribe to different subreddits or Twitter, and I don't really veer off from a lot of what I see. So really, I'm just kind of updated with the information that I'm interested in, I guess. But there's just so much, so much.
So I'm gonna share this, Mike, real quick. This is pretty cool. This is gonna be my new starting screen. Okay, so when my live stream starts, right? So hold on, let me go back to the page. Okay, so the Terra sign will actually be more up here. I don't know if you can see my cursor or not. It'll be right above it, right above the window there, and then a vehicle will drive up to the facility, and this will be kind of like the starting screen. So it has the R8, it has the ASICs, has my logo there, and then all these fans, and it'll all be like animated. And it's gonna have music and stuff, and then I made them put barbed wire around our giant future Terra facility. It's gonna be pretty cool the way they designed this. It's gonna be the new stream starting soon screen. I made them put an Escalade too, on like 26s, so it's gonna be pretty cool. Security guard gate. And this, I think this will kind of be the angle for the new stream starting soon screen, but the fans, everything will spin. There'll be lights blinking on it and all over the place. Like, it'll be pretty cool. Yeah, it's gonna
those R8s do look good.
Yeah, he did a good job, this guy, putting it all together. So definitely need the barbed wire. Do we have barbed wire on the fence around the facility in Kansas?
Yeah,
we do. Yeah. Yeah, you got a security guard here and all that stuff, man. I was even gonna have him add like a security vehicle with like flashing lights, but nah, I was like, too much. But this sign will be up here. It's gonna be pretty cool. All right, that's enough. Sneak peek over.
Just have a Black Hawk helicopter just flying around.
That's it, man. It's gonna be like an F-35 that just flies over and is on patrol over the facility.
There's like a fireworks show every hour. Retro Mike said, this is why I mine mostly legacy coins that have been around since pre-2014. Jeez. I don't even know what was around before 2014. Didn't ETH have its genesis in 2014? My FPGAs are really the only thing that mine newer coins. Everything else is either running Rainbow Miner or mining Legacy. I know Monero was out too, but yeah, there's just so many different things, right? It's changing so quick, and it really, I find myself like half the day, like you don't even know what you're reading or what it is. But that's a lot with the crypto mining and the AI. It's always kind of like the bleeding edge, right? Like we're always at the forefront of it. Anything that's going to come with technological advances and stuff is going to include this stuff. So it's just a lot of information. It's like a sensory overload.
Yeah. Emails.
You got a couple emails, Mike?
Oh, dude, every day I wake up, there's like 30 emails, 20, 30 emails every day.
Yeah.
Every day. New clients, questions, tickets, people who don't know how to use Discord, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's always a tough thing, right? Like I know we use our Discord for support, and I migrated GPURisers to it, but it's a great tool. I think Discord should have like a business side too. You know what I mean? It's like a perfected Slack, Teams, everything.
Right, Mike. Can you change the music? Because if I hear this song one more time, I think I'm gonna just like go crazy and just smash my monitor. Apparently, this shirt shrunk in a wash. Oh,
mine did too. Yeah, mine's quite tight.
Jeez.
Let's see. What do we got? We got night driving, lo-fi. Into space, feeding the ducks. Let's do that one.
Pretty cool.
All right, we'll go with that.
Feeding the ducks.
But yeah, that's another thing AI is gonna be able to fix, right? Like, because I'm worried, like, oh, what music am I gonna add that YouTube's gonna flag and it's gonna take everything down?
They're not. None of these will get flagged.
No, I know, but I can only choose between these. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
no. If you go on Spotify and you do these NCS playlists, you won't get flagged. I never get flagged.
How do you have that as background music on StreamYard then?
Well, you don't have an interface, do you?
No, I just use StreamYard now.
You have to make some sort of an investment, Mike. You know, we talked about this. If you want to be a YouTuber, you have to buy a Go XLR. You have to get rid of the dick microphone that you have there. You have to change a few things. Okay, like you need a Go XLR to distribute the channels.
But I can add it to StreamYard, right?
No, you have to play it from Spotify on your computer to the background. So like I play the music. For example, like my microphone, Discord, the web browser, and my computer are on 4 separate faders, right? So I can lower each one depending on what I'm doing. So
that's a lot, though. If I did more like YouTube stuff, but really I kind of just do the show every week, and I have a bunch of vlogs that I haven't uploaded yet, but it's I
mean, you can get this Go XLR because I think I'm going to upgrade because you're not going to be using it that often. I can give you this one. Because I'm going to be upgrading to, I think I'm going to use this. Hold on. I think I'm going to start using the Stream Deck, which is pretty cool, and it's got the 4 channels on there that you can change stuff around. But there's another one that I heard that I might want to use real soon. So I don't know. I have to do some more research and find out which one's going to work best for me.
The Traveler's Travel said render is at $6.79. You spoke about that before, Mike, right? This project?
Yeah, render's up a lot, man. This was a project that I actually heard from DJ. It's not a mineable project, but this is a project that's been gaining a lot of steam because they are doing they're using machine learning and all that good stuff for movies. I think, who is it? Is it JJ Abrams is part owner of this company as well? So they have a foot in at Hollywood. Hawk with all these upgrades just to make videos, bro. I can't do the point and shoot and just talk, man. I like to put quality in my videos. I like to get better quality, better stuff. I like to do better.
You gotta get a GoPro and you gotta hold it this close to your face.
Oh my god, that's so. When you do that, dude, your nose is like massive on the camera because
it's. You sent me one photo, I think, which I didn't realize how bad it was until you sent me this photo. But it was. I think it just said, "Come on, bro," and then it was a photo of like your huge TV in your living room.
Yeah, and it's like right. It's like right in your face. Like I'm just like, Mike, hold the thing out longer. Like you with those GoPros with that wide angle lens, you have to hold it like 3 or 4 feet away from your face.
I know.
Like
I kind of just found myself holding it like just close. It's the future vlogs that will go up will be better.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just like all Mike's face. It was just all your face. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was just like just hold it out a little more.
That's showbiz.
Yeah. So I am making a little bit of not too much money in investment, really. It's not that much money. Like I do have to upgrade the camera because I did notice when I record in 4K, not very good on the A6600. I need to get like an A7 IV. So I've been talking about it for a few months, but I think I'm going to pull the trigger on it soon and do it. I'm trying to find a good deal. I'm actually trying to see if anybody in China, like Charlie or anyone, can like see if they can get it cheaper there, and I'll just pay them to send it over.
Are used ones like cheap, or is it not good to buy used ones?
No, they hold their value pretty well. Like a new A7 IV with a 35mm G Master lens is going to run you probably around 4 Gs.
Man.
You can probably get a used one with the same specs for like $2,500 to $3,000. They're not cheap. They're good cameras. They're professional, high quality cameras. Now Sony's got a whole new line coming out this year, so I think it's going to drop the price of the A7 IV. But if we get into camera talk, we'll be here forever. I know a lot about the cameras. So the A7 IV is a great hybrid camera if you want to do like photos and videos and high quality stuff. Like higher bit depth, higher frame rates, more like cinematic type look videos. King says Sony ZV-1 4K $700. ZV-1 is a great camera, but it's a very starter camera for vlogging. It's great. It's for vlogging. It's awesome, like walking around and point and shoot. But if you want to go more in depth and have I like to call it like the okay, so there's this guy on YouTube that I watch. Here, I'll pull him up real quick and I'll share the screen. His name is Jason Morris. And I couldn't think of the name last night, but he reviews cameras. That's all he does. And if you want like great quality videos, and it really does help too, like with like YouTube, like the better quality your videos are, the more viewer retention that you get, right? So when you do a lot of like point and shoot and it's bumpy and you don't put a lot of effort in your videos, you're kind of cheating yourself. So I did a lot of research on this. And I'm sharing my screen, Mike, if you want to put it up. So this YouTuber here I watch a lot, and he reviews cameras and he has great quality stuff. He's DP in Australia, and he does great stuff. Like he does this video I watched a lot. This was the comparison between the A7 IV and the Sony A6000 series that I have, right? So he goes over all this stuff. So he makes excellent videos. And he even says it in his earlier videos that depending on your quality, it could really affect how your viewers, like people, it's a small percentage, but there are a group of people on YouTube viewerships that what they do is if they see like a crappy video on a channel, they'll just switch it off. Doesn't matter what you're talking about. They rather watch a person who has, better lighting, better this, better that. So for long term for YouTube, it's way better. I mean, if you're one of those guys that just screams number go up and just hyping everyone up all the time, and that's fine. But the better quality content goes a lot farther, and you can grow your channel a lot faster. Yeah. So what's up, Ouroboros Tech?
DJ Mine said it's worth getting. Taxes will take your money if you don't do write-offs. It is an expense.
Yeah. I disagree with DJ. He says people will watch and sit in a chair and do nothing. Yeah, no, I disagree with that 100%. People don't have attention spans to sit there and watch the same thing over and over again. And I noticed this when I started doing like B-roll stuff in my I put some B-roll and I put some stock footage in there just to kind of mix it around. My viewer retention rate dramatically increased. It was up like 80% on my EVGA video. And I noticed that in the stats. So people stick around longer when you put a little bit more effort into the videos, and then it helps. Like that video did 2,500 views for a channel my size. That's great. You know what I mean? So, streaming is different. Streaming is different because it's live and it's a different type of viewership. When someone sits and watches a video, it's completely different. I've done a lot of research into this. I'm looking into really just doing better quality videos. So, and I'm not spending a lot of money. Like I can keep my Go XLR for now. I don't really have to use this at the moment. This wasn't very expensive. And I just purchased a new one light and then this little LED thing. What did I spend? Like a few $100 bucks? Really cool, this thing is dope. It's Bluetooth and it's magnetic.
Is it like full RGB? You can change it.
Yeah, you can change it to whatever you want on the app on your phone.
That's cool.
I did a low yellow type of hue because of the wall and the Hawk logo.
Yeah.
But
I have the Philips Hue ones. There's a blue one here. You could probably see it behind me a little bit, and then an orange one on that side. But it's Christmas tree.
Lighting is everything, man. Like when it comes to videos, lighting is everything. You can take a crappy video camera, the shittiest camera you can find. If you have good lighting, like your video automatically will be more crisp. It'll be so much better because then the camera doesn't have to. It also depends on the camera that you have and the lens that you have. So you have to kind of know your setup. Like with this, I can't do like blue over here because this camera will focus breathe a lot with blue because that's just how the sensor is built. So I need to do, if I'm going to have like bright colors or, I'm going to do a lot of color in my background, I have to have a better camera that can process the images faster.
Yeah.
So
yeah, outside cameras always look like the GoPro outside looks beautiful,
Yeah, outside. Like, outside. Yeah.
It's harder when you're like in a room. I think I have the Sony ZV-1.
ZV-1's a great camera. It's a great camera if you're just doing vlogging and you're like kind of like what Panda does. Panda uses a very high-end Canon camera, and his videos are amazing in quality. But he does a lot of 1080p. 4K does help with the algorithm too. If more people tend to want to watch 4K, but the majority of people watch YouTube on their cell phone, right? But there's a lot of people now especially with the new phones. Yeah. So if you look, there's a graph you can get. There's a kind of an ongoing debate between it. I can pull up the graph. Majority of people watch YouTube on their cell phone. So let me see.
I think that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't really think about
YouTube viewer graph. I think. Let me see. I think that's. It tells you like how many people watch. It's a circle. It's a circle graph. I'm trying to. Let's see. Like phone versus computer, I think. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Okay, so here, this is from 2021. So it said 63% of people who watched YouTube videos worldwide did it on the mobile devices, 12% on their desktop, 8% on a tablet, 3% on a console, and 14% on a TV or other, right? That was in 2021, and that's from Statista. So
that's interesting. I pretty much only watch YouTube on my desktop.
Yeah, so there was a new one that was a little more accurate. Here it is. That's what I have to do. YouTube viewing by device graph. Okay, hold on. YouTube viewer by device stats. Let's see. YouTube views by device. Here we go. So I gotta find it. I don't remember exactly where I found it. But there was a graph that somebody pulled up. So yeah, so like here's another one that says more than 3 out of 5 YouTube videos are watched on mobile devices. So this one's saying 63%, but this is 2021. So the majority of YouTube videos are watched on cell phones, but cell phones now can display 4K video. So and people tend to put them up on their cars, and they'll put them at their desk and places.
Zero said he uses his phone and listens at work. I guess that I've actually now that you're saying that, I've done that quite a bit too.
Right.
Just having it kind of in my ear, listening to it.
Yeah, kind of like podcast style. Like I do that a lot when I'm driving.
Yeah.
But again, it also depends on what kind of content you're doing. Like a GoPro is great if you're doing stuff outside and you're doing fast-paced stuff, or you're jumping out of an airplane. If you're
running around a mining facility.
Yeah. Well, if you're doing like mining facility stuff, then you want to use like an A6000 ZV1 because it's more blog style. If you're doing something like mining disrupt, you want somebody holding like an A7 IV or a more professional camera, because you're in a more professional setting and your people around. Like what DJ did last year at Mining Disrupt, I was his cameraman for a few minutes there with Crypto Craig, and he was like walking around interviewing people. Now you can do that with a ZV1. Of course you can, or a GoPro, but his video looked way more professional on that camera because it was, he had a nice prime lens, and the coloring was nice, and it had depth of field, and it looked more professional, and people tend to watch those videos more.
Yeah,
so
it did really look good.
It did. No, DJ's let me see.
Because the whole background was like blurred a little bit.
Yeah. It's called bokeh, right? DJ Mines Mining Disrupt. I spelled it wrong. Whatever. Where's his? Is this it? Where? This is the YouTube party stuff that he was doing, but he had a video where he was walking around with people at Mining Disrupt. I gotta find it. But you could see like the difference between like shooting on a cell phone is fine. That's where we all started on cell phones. But if you want to take your content to the next level, you gotta. Here it is. Is this it? No, this is Tech Hustler. The Tech Hustler shot this video on a ZV1. That's what he has. You know what I mean? So like, these videos are fine for that. Like if you're doing stuff like this, ZV1 is great. If you're just kind of a point and shoot kind of guy, then this is it. Sorry, DJ. I'm trying to find your video for Disrupt. Here it is. Here we go.
Yeah. All right. I guess it also kind of depends, right?
So like look at this, right? So he's interviewing Andy here. Like this is the type
screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like an idiot. Sorry. Like he's interviewing Andy here. in this video. Okay, like you can tell, like this is a more professional style video, and you know it's got 5 out of 20 content creators suggested, which means that it was on 5 different videos. Like you get more engagement when you do stuff more professionally on YouTube.
Yeah,
people take you more seriously rather than just, oh man, Caspa's up 25% today, guys, can't wait. I mean, those videos are only for a select amount of people, and they don't perform as well as these will. So it's just my opinion based on the research. So but if you look at this video is great because you got bokeh in the back, it's professional, he's got a mic, he's doing interviews. So this is the kind of stuff you can't shoot this quality with a ZV-1, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm holding the camera for this one. So and the stabilization, like I'm holding that with my hand, and I'm like moving back and forth. Look how good the stabilization is, you know. So then you can only get like this quality with like a prime lens. I think he's got a 35mm prime lens.
Do you think like Premiere Pro could eventually give like stuff like this to lower end cameras where it adds like that? What's that thing called?
The back end. You mean like the blur, like the focal point? It depends on what kind of lens you have. Not really. No. You if you want to do videos like that, you have to make the investment into the camera. There's no way to like sidestep it. Now the iPhone does very well in this area. You know, you can do great things with an iPhone. They shot music videos and movies and short films on iPhones, right? Yeah. But you're very limited to what you can do in post with an iPhone. Like you can shoot. I don't believe you can shoot in RAW with the iPhone, the new iPhone. Like if you want color grading and you want to change stuff around, or you want to add effects, it's a little harder, right? So if you're just doing point and shoots type interviews, you can get close to this with the iPhone. But not this as close. I would get the Sony camera. I wouldn't buy another iPhone to just do videos. It kind of like doesn't make any sense to do that. But yeah. So cameras are worth it, man. Cameras are totally worth it. But yeah, this camera he bought is really dope. Worth the investment. Write it off for your channel, and boom, there you go.
Yeah.
So
we got West asking, what is everyone GPU mining right now? I am still on flux with what I have left. It's just it's always trying to chase the tail on whatever's the most profitable kind of. That's what I do. But I kind of just been leaving it on flux recently. Flux has been doing really well too, price wise. So doesn't hurt to have a little bag of that.
Yeah. I'm not mining anything at the moment. My GPU rigs are off. I'm just on Vast, and I think I got my KSOs still hitting up Caspa currently. Yeah, I haven't really turned on the mining rigs right now. I'm just kind of more focused on like Terra and YouTube and just handling different things right now. So mining right now, until mining comes back to like $3-4 a day per card, I'm not really going to turn anything on unless I'm spec mining. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. Is you got to put your time where it's, you know, most valuable. Yeah. That's always kind of like the push and pull every day. But if we had cheap power here in Florida, like I would leave the rigs on, right? But you know, I'm still redoing my solar setup on my house, and there's just like I've had to pay like 3 months of like, you know, real like power bills, and it's like with mining it's like $800-900 a month, and I'm just not. Yeah. I'm not doing that. Like it just doesn't make any sense. My Vast rigs are rented and doing well, so I'll just stick with Vast for right now. Yeah. You know. Yeah, I got to send my. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying with home mining, it's like you have to worry about the AC in your garage, right? So it's like, it's the same thing with me, where it's kind of like it's not just the rate, it's all the other things that come with it, which is nice with hosting. Because Terra's hosting price for GPUs is lower than what we pay residentially here in Florida.
Even close to it's right around our commercial rate too, and our commercial rate is high. It's one of the highest commercial rates in the country. I think our commercial rate's like 10.5 cents right now. It used to be like 7-8, but then the gas prices, and then you know they just raised it. It'll never be down. It'll never be back down to 7-8 cents ever again. Yeah, no. You know, so yeah, it sucks, but you know, energy prices only go higher, right? They don't go lower. Very rarely do they go lower, unless there's, you know, huge tax breaks for these companies. Yeah. DJ said he's mining Bitcoin, Caspa, Dynex, CKB dash and a little Zeph. Nice, nice. Yeah.
Bacon, Eggs, and Hash is saying he has a variable rate, so he can only mine at night and on weekends. That's kind of nice with the programs that you could do like schedules and stuff like that too.
Yeah, but you know, King had that problem where he would turn off when the rate would change, and they were like giving him shit about it. Like,
really?
If they catch wind that you're only taking advantage of the rate when it's down, they'll still try to charge you like a flat. Like those they're not stupid. They'll know that you're only turning your power on after a certain time. You know, and then they find a way to charge you more money or something. Like, it's just
I'm
so
doing
stupid.
all my laundry and I bake cookies all night, and then during the day I don't use any power.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's cheaper to run things at night because there's not a huge pull on the grid. But you know, these energy companies, man, they are regulated in a lot of states, like here in Florida, but a lot of them get free reign, man. And like in Florida, they have oversight, which is good, but they're in the pockets of these politicians, man. And they wanted to increase Florida's rates by like 30%, and our governor shot it down, thank God, because we would have been 20 cents, close to 20 cents by now. This was a couple years ago, residential. Like, we're already at like 14, 15. Like, how much more money do you want? This is why everybody's investing solar in Florida, because our energy company is just that they're crooks. They're crooks. Yeah. They just keep raising rates when they don't need to raise the damn rates. They can lower the rates. There was math done on a study for the energy company here in Florida, and if they can still make billions of dollars in profit if they lowered everyone's rate down to 8 cents residential. Like,
we need to help them, Mike. FP&L needs our help.
No,
that's why every
FP&L needs to go to jail. Is what they need to do. They're stealing from people. They're crooks, man. They're just.
Whenever I get my bill from FP&L, I have to call them. I'm like, guys, there's no tip line on here. How am I supposed to tip you guys?
Yeah, how am I supposed to tip you? Right. It's stupid, man. It's just they need to deregulate energy in Florida, like really, like fast. Like, there needs to be energy deregulation in Florida. It's terrible. One company is ruling it all, and it's awful.
Yeah.
Now there are benefits to that, but you know, you get a more stable grid, you get better repair time, and all that other stuff. But the downside is that they can raise the price. You know what I mean? This is the problem Texas has. Texas is deregulated, and they got 100 different companies all pulling from the same source. And when it comes down to repairs and service, they have a lot of downtime and issues, because it's always like, this guy's got to call this company and contract this company to do this and then that and then this and then that.
Yeah. That would be a nightmare in Florida, because
it would be a nightmare.
Hurricanes and stuff.
Yeah, we have hurricanes. So like, there is a trade-off, you know, to having a regulated power company that just handles everything. But there should be at least 2 or 3 companies that I can call right now and say, okay, they're giving me a better rate. Screw you guys, I'm switching over. Right? Yeah. While still maintaining a good quality service. Like, there is a way to do it. There are states that do it and they're successful at it. Like, why do we have to, deal with it? You know what I mean? So Wes says 8.7 cents here in South Texas, just extra hot. Yeah. 8 cents is a great rate. Yeah. I think the national average is like 15, 16 now.
Yeah.
So stupid. Yeah,
solar is a big thing. You know, I know you have solar, Mike. I don't have it on my roof yet, but I've been looking into it, and it's just there's a lot of
it's very expensive. It's very expensive. You know? I was expanding my current setup, and there was delays with shipping, and finally it's almost done now. And it's just a big pain in the balls. Like, they had to like rewire a bunch of things, and I had to pull from the grid 100%, and I had to notify them. I had to purchase insurance because FPL saying that, oh, well, you have this many solar panels, so you need to pay X amount of dollars in insurance that you have to pay us in case your panels damage our grid, which is just so stupid, because just another way. They hate it. They hate the solar revolution in Florida because they're losing money, right? And you know, screw you guys. Like, you work for the people. We don't work for you. Like, go take a long walk on a short pier, you fucking asshole. Like, you just raise everybody's rates because you don't like shit. Like, NextEra Energy is a fucking con artist company. Like, and that's who owns FPL. Yeah. Like, they should be working on making energy rates cheaper, not just keep increasing. I just fucking hate it. I fucking hate it that they can just do whatever the fuck they want to do.
That's why we just gotta live off grid, get some compounds.
Well, solar
have our
technology and
chicken.
battery technology are 20, 30 years away before a house can become sustainable at minimum, right? You know what I mean? Like at minimum. And thank God our governor, and it's a little controversial statement here, but at the end of the day, I voted for our governor. Our governor is great, and he vetoed the increase that we would have had. It would have businesses like data centers and businesses that industry would be just shattered in Florida. You know what I mean? A lot of companies move here because we don't have state income tax and property taxes are cheaper. And, there's a lot of benefits to having a company here. Oh, okay. Well, that makes us let's just raise the rate.
Yeah.
Florida has a surplus of energy. We get energy from most of Florida's energy comes from natural gas up in north near Georgia. There's a pipeline that runs through Georgia. That's where we get most of our stuff. We don't do offshore drilling in Florida. Florida doesn't get a lot of offshore drilling. So all the hippies are happy, right? So like we don't offshore drill because it would ruin the Florida coast. We don't do that, right? So we get our energy from everywhere else people get it, and they just keep raising and raising and raising the price for no reason. Well, it's criminal. It's criminal. As you guys can tell, I'm a little passionate and I fucking hate it. It's criminal. It's completely criminal. They should all be arrested and thrown in jail and live in a 2x2 cell with no windows.
Todd is saying, when will the politicians start working for the people? Never.
Yeah, never. No, not unless
they're
you get
all
term
in the
limits.
same club. They might yell at each other when on TV and stuff, but they're all part of the same country clubs. They're all part of the same groups. And
they yell at crypto miners for energy uses. Meanwhile, the military they waste terawatts of energy per year. Terawatts. Okay, terawatts.
And
trillions of watts.
I was going to mention Nvidia's up 9% after hours. So Nancy Pelosi probably just pocketed another like $40 million since 5 p.m. So
yeah, of course.
For the people.
Yeah, for the people. Yeah, for the dollar. they're criminals, man. They are, and they need to get term limits. You need to get. There's got to, unfortunately, like until people band together, speak up, put their money together and force, battle these companies in court and speak up, we're not going to have anything. And, they distract people with, their goal is to get everybody to think that, they're just politicians. No matter who you vote for, nothing will change. So who cares, right? Just live your life and enjoy it. That's what they want you to think. That's so they can do everything that they want to do. That's bullshit. Like, stop being passive aggressive. Fucking call your congressman, write letters, take your time that you spend playing bullshit and put it to use. I've written emails to our representatives, like all kinds of shit. Like, I've emailed news outlets and anchors, and I've all kinds of shit. Like, hey, you guys got to talk about this. This is a problem. Yeah. Like, you got to get the word around. This is pure example of this is Dennis Porter. He's got the Satoshi Act Fund. He goes to different states and they present legislations to protect Bitcoin mining in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Same thing. And he's working. They have states that are presenting it to their legislature and they're going to pass it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you get shit done. Anyway,
I just see it in 30 years, it's still going to be Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, but they're going to be AIs and they're just going to have
they're going to be 140 years old
in a tube. And it's just going to be their AIs arguing.
Dinosaurs need to disappear already and go away. Fucking corrupt bullshit.
But always a lot.
We're starting an energy company, Terra Energy. What's up, Teaspoon? Terra Energy. It's going to be 1 cent a kilowatt hour. Huh?
It would be nice to be an energy provider like that. Enough solar powers. But then you have to connect to a grid that's all like, I don't even know how that would work.
You would just, you would have to kiss the ring of the energy gods, and you'd have to play ball with them, and they don't like companies going in there and undercutting them. They don't like that. They know, well, hey, you're charging 7 cents, we charge 14, you have to bring it up. Well, no, screw you. And then you know what they'll do? They'll lobby to have you just pushed out. They'll start finding things that you did wrong, and then they'll fine you up to Blazoo, and they'll pay their cronies to do all that stuff. It's just so stupid. It's so stupid, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, we won't raise prices until Bitcoin hits $1 million a coin. Terra Energy sounds actually has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, Terra Energy.
I'm gonna talk to King and see if he wants to design a power grid. See how much he wants to do that.
Imagine doing that. Like, imagine going to the cities. Like, yeah, we're gonna place a pole every 12 feet on every street, going to every house. Like, just the magnitude of that.
Terawatt. Yeah, that's a good company. Yeah. Essentially, energy should be more competitive. It should really be more competitive. But the problem is that it's not how many companies you have. It really comes down to the source and who controls that, right? Yeah. We have access to so much energy, man. Like, there's so much energy here, and people need to get off the fact that they think fossil fuels come from dinosaur bones. That's been the biggest lie humanity's ever told. But I'm not getting into that right now. Not going to get down that rabbit hole. We'll be here for another 2 hours.
What do you mean all those friendly little dinosaurs just melted into gasoline?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you believe that, I got a bridge I got oceanfront property next to King in Arizona that I can sell you. That's just the stupidest lie they ever told people. Tinfoil had a little bit, but it's the biggest lie they've told people. Like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Anyway, that's why E85 never made it anywhere. A law that has IE85 within $1 of gas to be fair.
Yeah.
There's oil deposits in the earth, and the earth secretes the oil, and that's the way it goes. And there's trillions and trillions and trillions of barrels worth of oil sitting around doing nothing that are in deposits that are yet to be discovered. So yeah, the ethanol, the E85 was a fucking disaster too. That was a nightmare. That's been a nightmare too.
That's corn, right? Like corn.
Yeah, corn oil. Yeah, I think in Florida we have like 10% of our gasoline is mixed with it.
'Cause I know a lot of tuned cars will run E85 tunes.
Yeah, the problem is that it decreases the power of your car. So like, what's his name was King was telling me that, or no, was it Max? I think Max was telling me on his way he found a gas station that was just pure 100% gasoline. He said his car was responding better. Oh, yeah. Like I mean, you lose a little bit on the gas mileage, obviously, but it's so minimal. Like, who cares?
Yeah. We're saying E85 is very high octane, but lots of less energy per gallon. Yeah, everyone I know with an E85 tune on their cars get like 6 miles per gallon, but it's...
Homebrew Crypto says, let's petition to change 87, 89, and 93 to dinosaur names. Get some raptor fuel.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, man. It's so stupid that people think that oil comes from dead dinosaurs. It's just such a bullshit... It's like when they told you Christopher Columbus discovered America. No, he didn't. He was Italian. Trust me, I stick up for the guy. But he didn't discover America. He landed like in the Caribbean. Amerigo Vespucci discovered America. That's where the name America came from. Amerigo. Like, God, people are so fucking dumb. So aggravating. What's this got to do with crypto mining? Energy prices suck. That's what it has to do with crypto mining.
And they keep going up.
Right. So hosting costs are going to go up. Everything's going to go up. I hate it.
Yeah. That's.
And Overboard Tech knows a lot about this because he works on cars as a profession. So he knows. If anybody knows the bullshit about E85, it'd be this guy, 100%.
Yeah.
Columbus was not Spanish. Columbus was Italian. He was funded by the Spanish to explore because the King of Italy turned him down. Guys, I know this. Please don't battle me on this.
My Italian history.
There's a reason why the statue of Columbus is in every major Italian center of population, like Massachusetts, New York.
I think that was a scene in The Sopranos, actually. I think
there was one scene. There was a video actually when they were tearing down statues, and in Philly there was a statue of Columbus, and a bunch of like Guidos with baseball bats were going there and chasing people away. And they all grouped. The whole neighborhood came together, and these like scaredy cats just ran, bro. They were so scared of these grown men with bats that were middle class dudes that were just gonna beat the living dog shit out of them.
Yeah.
So Columbus had to go to the Queen of Spain to get funding for his expedition to the Western Hemisphere, or what he thought was going to be India, because the King of Italy wouldn't let him do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. History is not told
Italian
correctly.
until way later in life.
Yeah, he was born. It's a little disputed where he was born in Italy, but enough evidence is pointed that he was born in Italy.
Yeah.
So
there was a pasta maker on the ship when he got here. His mozzarella balls were just flying out everywhere.
yeah, so a lot of people actually don't know that Kobe Bryant spoke fluent Italian and grew up in Italy.
I didn't
know that?
either. No,
Of course you didn't.
you got
Yep.
all the fun facts, Mike.
Yeah, not what I was taught in school in the 80s. Yeah, well, yeah. That we were all taught that. I was taught in the 90s that he discovered America, and it was wrong. So anyway, oh my God, alpha hash rate is 540 terahash. I'm getting 7 coins a day now. I actually have to switch to something else soon. How's Radiant hash rate looking?
Radiant. What, Radiant's hash rate?
Yeah, you want to put it up on screen? No, I'm looking up something different.
Okay.
All right, so I will read this for everybody. Christopher Columbus, born between August 25th and August 31st of 1451, was an Italian explorer and navigator from the Republic of Genoa who completed 4 Spanish-based voyages across the Atlantic Ocean sponsored by the Catholic monarchs, opening the way to widespread European exploration. Does anybody want to debate me on this subject? I was a history major, and I studied it. Okay, thank you. Let's move forward, now that nobody wants to say anything.
Fast talk over Spanish history.
Let's pull up mining pool stats, Mike. I'll put it on screen.
I have a lithium up here. with the network hash rate.
What are you doing? Get off of that fucking website. What are you doing? Are you
What, you don't like the hash rate one?
No, get out of here with that. Put this
It's
on
the
screen.
same
What's the
thing
matter
on all
with?
these.
Get out of here. Put this on screen.
Here,
Yes,
see what-
you're right, Overboard Tech. Yes, I know. He was a colonizer. You are correct. Didn't do great things. I'm with you, but I'm just speaking of fact. All right, so let's look at Radiant.
we don't talk about that overboard tech.
We don't talk about
We-
that. Everybody's got dirt in history, man. Nobody was a saint. Okay, so the history.
He was Italian, and oh yeah, he committed genocide. Oh
Yeah. Well, okay. Well,
forgot about
I
that
mean,
part.
Henry Ford was a Nazi sympathizer, so if you drive a Ford vehicle, you support him. Good luck. You want to have arguments about who was a shitbag in history? Let's start. Okay, like everybody was a shitbag.
Let's make a list
bro.
on
Like,
worse. Yeah.
it's ridiculous. I watched a video last night about Henry Ford. I was completely shocked. I'm like, get out of here, really? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was a huge anti-Semite, big Nazi supporter, and he supplied vehicles to Nazi Germany. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Go turn in your keys to your F-150, you bunch of rednecks. All right. So Radiant is hash rate's at 44.28 terahash. Looks like it is up. Looks like the difficulty is down though, so that looks pretty good. Yeah. Everybody would be surprised. I'm sorry, you guys want to talk about this? Everybody would be surprised how much companies like were involved in such terrible things back in the day. Porsche, Puma, Adidas, Nike. You go look at some of even the car companies. Everybody had a hand in what's going on. Does anybody want to debate me on this? I will be more than happy to come here and talk to you guys about it. More about
We
education.
don't talk about any of that, Mike.
We don't.
just
Yeah.
talk
What
about
did he say? What did
the
Overboard Tech
Thanksgiving?
said?
You know, Thanksgiving. You know, we came here and the Indians and the Pilgrims just laughed together, and we had a big party, and they were like, "Here's our land." You know what I mean? It's
Overboard Tech
great.
said, he goes, first rule of History Club is you don't talk about History Club. Oh man, people, everyone's got stains, every part of history, everywhere in the world. I mean, look at Time Magazine in 1942. Anyway, or 1939. Radiant, yeah. All right, difficulty's down on Radiant. Let's look at, I think Caspa was right around like 170. Let's look at a lithium real quick. Let's pull lithium up over here. This is, because I want to see where the hash rate is spread out at. Damn, 79% of the hash rate is on Hero Miners. Get off one goddamn pool.
what is for lithium stuff?
Yeah, nobody look up the history of Bear. Yeah, I know the history of Bear. That's and it's dark. Anyway, get off one pool. Separate the hash rate. What is everybody doing? What didn't we have a whole conversation about this like last bull run? Spread the hash rate out.
I think
Why
it's
is
just
everybody on
easier
here?
for people to go straight onto one.
Ugh.
But yeah, Wooly Pooly's good too. I like Wooly Pooly.
Ugh, Wooly Pooly's trash, bro. Garbage.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. You're telling people to get off hero miners. Like, which
No,
one are you
Wooly
gonna go
Pooly.
to?
Wooly Pooly had issues with Caspa miners. They didn't pay out. A lot of people lost money with Wooly Pooly.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of money with Wooly Pooly. I mean, maybe they corrected it now. I will give them credit if they did. I don't know, but a lot of people were losing money on Wooly Pooly. Yep, see DJ Mines, Wooly Pooly scam people. They stole cash from GPU miners. Never again. Yeah, dude.
I probably had a bunch stolen too. I didn't know that.
Mike, guys,
for, like,
I
a long
apologize.
time.
Mike, me coming on this show was a culture shock for Mike because him and Dave talk about wires and AI mostly. You know, on Terra Hash Tuesday and everywhere else, we dive in and we get into controversies and shit. Mike's a little behind there. He's been busy with Terra. I'm gonna apologize for him.
Yeah.
So
I was on Wooly Pooly for a while. I don't know what it was, but I think it was mining lithium actually. But yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Hawk, talk about the pins in your new wires, FFS. No, this thing's so behind the times. My man's still mining flux.
I know. Yeah, that's 100% DJ.
How's your
just,
Ethereum rig, Mike?
It's going. I just haven't got a payout in a while. So
What, in about 2
I'm sure
years?
it's coming soon.
That's all right, man. We love you. We love you. It's fine. No, this is where like hanging out in Discord for a couple hours after, like at night before you go to sleep at 8 o'clock. If you hang out with us, everybody's always like talking about like what's new. We do like crypto after hours in the Misfit Mining Discord, which is fun. We play games, we talk shit, we argue with each other, we have debates over whole wheat bread and all kinds of stuff. Like it's really fun. It's really fun. A great group of people hangs out in the Discords at night. Patrick goes, we just get yelled at. Yeah, by Depran, because we play CS2 really bad, which now we're on this World of Warcraft kick now, and that's gonna suck.
Yeah, sounds exciting. Yeah.
Oh, like after it's good for me because I'm usually up late doing Terra stuff for sales and all kinds of stuff, and so I squeeze in a game or two till about 2-3 in the morning, and then I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. That's enough. So yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know. Wooly Pooly was
Wooly Pooly was caught taking Caspa away from GPU miners early on.
Yeah, that's hard to come back from.
Yeah, you shouldn't steal, man.
Like, I mean, that's rough.
It is rough. But I mean, was it a mistake? Here's one thing I do know. It's better to be guilty than incompetent, right? So sometimes it's better to fall on the sword and say you did something wrong and you intentionally mean to do it versus saying, oh, this was a mistake and an oversight, because both are bad, right? Yeah. So sometimes if you fuck up, it's just we did do it. We didn't realize it would have this, whatever, and then you move forward. It is better to be guilty than incompetent. Viper is a solid pull. Yes, Viper is a really good pull. Actually, Minesome10 had a really good interview with Viper and a Lithium, I think. Who was it on his channel? Let me pull it up. He had a really good interview the other day. I watched, and shout out to Minesome10. He did well on it. I thought it was great. So you guys should go to his channel and check it out. He had a really, really good interview with them. So, but yeah. Going for about 2 hours, Mike. How you feeling? Turned into a pumpkin yet?
I've been a pumpkin, Mike. I was a pumpkin when you first called me today. It's hard being, on coming back from vacation. You know what I mean? It's like getting just readjusted.
Oh, it was BZ Miner and Viper. Sorry, I thank you, chat, for correcting me. BZ Miner and Viper. Sorry.
BZ Miner.
Yes, he did ask excellent questions. Sorry, Mike. What were you saying?
No, it's you know how it is being away for a couple of days and then coming back. It's like we're never really disconnected from Terra, right? Like all of us always have our phone on, and it's like we just know, like, not that person's on vacation. I just won't bother him as much today because he's not home and he's trying to enjoy time with family. So
I went to go get a foot massage the other night, like around 6:30. I'm like, all right, I need a break. Like I need to disconnect from Terra. I need to disconnect from my computer, my desk. Like tired of sitting in this chair. My girl was I was at the in-laws. The baby was gone. I had the house to myself. I'm like, you know what? Cool. text my mom. I'm like, hey, look, if I don't answer the phone, this is where I'm at. And I peaced out, right? I got back in I left my phone in the car. I got back in the car. Take a guess on how many messages and missed calls I had between 6:30 at night and 8 o'clock at night. Just take a wild guess.
Messages and calls?
Yeah, together. Like if you're going to put the number together.
I would go 12 to 15.
Yeah, more like 40.
Yeah.
Between Discord, text messages, phone calls, and emails, about 40 different messages.
Yeah.
Okay? Mike, you've got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm always, Mike, I always, when have you called me and I never answer the phone, right?
Yeah.
I'm always attached to my phone because I have to be. And, but it's good to disconnect. And I'm thinking about maybe doing a nice staycation with my girl soon and just kind of just relaxing, man. Like hour and a half, T-Gig, hour and a half. And she was great. Okay. Don't judge me. I needed it. 6:30 to 8 is an hour and a half.
No, it's important. Yeah, it's kind of like it's hard to unwind, and I feel like that we're on call so much with Terra that like half of them are doing callbacks. Like I'll get a call from you or Frank or something, and like it's like you're already on the phone, so then you have to text them and say, hey, "I'll call you back in 10 minutes," or "I'll call you back at 15 minutes."
Like 2 hours later, you call me, and I'm like, yeah.
Most of my day is on the phone. You know what I mean?
I know. Tell me about it.
It's crazy.
I charge my phone twice, but that's it. That's a good thing though. We're building a company, and it's just the way that it goes. And DJ Minds, it's just you got to just basic, bro. You basic. That's just what it is. You got to get you got to go relax and unwind, man. Get your scapula rubbed and get the bottom of your foot just like, you know what I mean, and just do your reflexology. I'm telling you, bro, it's a whole other level.
You should get one of those massage chairs for your office.
I took you, didn't I? When we went to Indiana?
Yeah.
I have a picture. Where is it? Hold on. I have a picture of GPURisers just
It was nice, but it's weird.
I'm talking about massage, bro. I'm not talking about manicures and pedicures, dummy. That's what I'm saying. Simple, just basic. Yeah. I'm talking about a massage, bro.
He's like looking on his phone, massaging. We go up, and it's like the works. It's like Chinese letters, like massage. I was like, I thought the windows are gonna be blacked out. I was like worried there's like sting is gonna happen while we're in there or something like that. I was like, because I've never been to one of those places before. But it was totally. We got a nice couples massage there. They laid both me and Mike down next to each other.
For the record, he was a chair away from me. Okay, it's a room with chairs. It's not like a table where you take your clothes off. You just take your shoes off and you sit there. It was nice.
It was, yeah.
It was nice. It was nice. I gotta find the picture of you laying there.
Very intimate.
Mike was making me laugh so much. Mike's like, "You think I can get an S19 while we're here?" It's just so fucked up. Oh my gosh.
And it's. I mean, I said, I've never been to one before, but I don't know how you don't laugh when they're doing your feet. Like maybe I'm just ticklish or something, but like I'm sitting there like an idiot, like laughing like a horse, like in this room, and it's like dead quiet, like there's like no other way around it. Like, it was.
T Gig goes, Bernie Mac taught me that real men get manicures. I guess I'm not a real man. I get my nails cleaned up, man, every now and then. It's good. It's hygiene. You got to clean yourself up. Most dudes be walking around with warlocks of feet, man. Yeah, y'all don't take care of yourselves. I'm a man. I'm not taking care of myself. I'm just gonna get callous and then get gout on my feet and be, miserable in my wheelchair because I have an image to maintain when nobody actually gives a shit about you or what you do or anybody. Just go take care of yourself and have some self-care.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
I get it done. I don't care. I used to play basketball all the time, dude, and like I used to have to get like the bottom of my feet like I used to have to get the bottom of my feet scrubbed out because my feet would hurt from being on my feet for so long.
Yeah.
I don't know. Craig goes,
massage is nice. You know what I mean?
Massages are great.
Yeah, but I got used to it because I was at a chiropractor, and it's basically that. Like I had like a shoulder problem with like what's it called? I don't know why I tore it. The rotator cuff. It was like a slight
on
tear.
Your shoulder.
But they go all behind it, so it's like a massage on your back with it. And it was nice. So but the It's like the massage parlors are weird, I think.
Well, I mean,
have, like,
if you go to a
music
place
playing,
with purple lights, like you're gonna have a problem. Like,
well, it's just it's you're laying on a towel that is like I'm probably overthinking this, but it's like it's not like a bath towel. It's like a towel has like designs in it. You know that thing has not been washed.
Okay, so let me be honest.
And then you're putting your face in this thing that some other dude's face was. I don't know. It's just not.
Listen.
Clean.
Chinese people. I go to there's a lot of great places. Like you get like Thai massage. They focus on like stretching you. Okay, that's like their thing. It's part of their thing. The Chinese foot reflexology places are more like mom and pop massage places, so to speak, right? So, and the Chinese, if you get a good place, you read your reviews, use common sense. If it walks in and it's suspicious, you should leave. Not foot massage advice, okay? Like, don't be stupid, but it's nice to go to some places and go there because let me tell you something, man. My girl Sue, before she left, was amazing. I mean, I don't want to go into I'm not going to pay $150, $200 for no fucking spa massage. I went to Sue. It was $40 for an hour, and I loved every minute of it. And I tipped her $20 every time. It's Weird Wednesday. Don't you guys love when I come on the streams? It's so entertaining, right? It's not boring talking about 8 pins and 6 pins and all this other bullshit. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love Dave. Dave is my friend. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We have been kind of getting off on radio. We've talked about the cloning stuff, and it's
no. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. It's just a joke.
We'll talk about the cloning camels again.
Yeah, cloning camels.
Yeah,
you guys talked about cloning camels.
Yeah, like Dubai and stuff, but we won't.
That's
get
great.
Into that'll be for next Wednesday. We'll talk.
Next Wednesday, we're talking about cloning. Sweet. Yeah, I'll look forward to it. I definitely want to be here for that. What's up, guys? What's up? What's his name? Daddy Chill in the chat. What's up, man?
Can someone snippet Mike saying that?
What was that old Vine video when that dude was like, Daddy Chill, and he goes, what the hell was even that?
Yeah,
it was so weird. It's like some dude in a wig. It's how you are a hawk. I'm sure we all enjoy it. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
But yeah, we've been going for a while, guys. I think we're probably going to wrap it up. Again, Dave's has COVID, so wish him well.
Dave is going to feel better. He'll be fine.
He said he was better today a little bit, but talking is too much, with the coughing. That's what I remember from COVID is like anytime you try to talk, you can't get through a sentence and you start coughing and everything like that. So it's a lot.
Overboard text, Hawk in a stream is like an LS in any other car than a Corvette. I'll take that as a compliment. Because your power to rate ratio is going to be amazing.
But
all right, guys. Well, this has been Wired Wednesday. That's GPURisers. I'm HawkCryptoMining. His outros are awful, so I'm gonna do it. We'll see you guys next Wired Wednesday. Hopefully, the veteran miner will be back explaining wires and stuff. So you guys have a great time. Enjoy. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell because Mike never posts videos. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.
And but yeah, I think I think it's gonna be on Dave's channel next week. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's on Dave's channel. Sorry.
I don't know if I'm going to do it again on mine or how Dave wants to do it, but we will keep everyone updated. But thanks, Mike, for coming on. And then,
of course, man,
it's been a fun.
I didn't want you to be alone.
Yeah, but if I was alone, I would just make my face the entire screen.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. Nose hairs and stuff. Awesome.
Exactly. I'll just be doing it there. But all right, guys, we'll take it easy. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you guys next week.
Later, guys. Have a good night.